I did. I did. And now I changed something else.
I changed something inside of me.
I'm already streaming.
Yep. And it appears that we are live. Let me unmute the tab really quickly just to... I can hear myself at least, so that would, reason would imply that everyone else could be heard then. So, yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna do my quick thing. Oop, there we go. So, there's we go. Crazy, cool, awesome, fantastic. And in the interest of getting things started, I'm just gonna get things started. Hey everybody, welcome back to another iteration of DBA Data Bounties. Our spin-off of our funny little more or less weekly tabletop RPG running the anime campaign or Epithet System, known as Destruction Bench Agreement, taking place within the DBA database of the world of that campaign. Which is, a virtual reality landscape that is both used to store information related to the DBA organization and its ongoings, and also as a virtual reality landscape that can simulate those things and just act as the cyber world, right? I can tell it's been a while since I've done this because I don't even fucking remember the data bounty intro.
It's the computer world. We're inside your screen.
Are we in the World Wide Web right now?
Look inside your TV screen.
Oh my god, we're here.
Oh my
god. Yeah, we're doing another late night bounty. I will just leave it at that. This is our fun little side thing that we do. In-universe, people that are running the data bounties, or the DBA database, put up these little bounty challenge battles to stress test system, and as a fun little activity. This is one of them. I'm running it this time. I'm the GM. Hey, I'm Patronix or Slay, whichever you prefer. I'm GM here. This is an impromptu thing, because originally I was just gonna do like a little hey, what if I just did a thing by myself? But I brought up the idea, and it turned into an impromptu bounty, and I'm trying to be better about acting on my whims. So, we're just fucking doing it. We're sending it. This is the thing. They don't even fucking know exactly what they're doing. But I'm running it this time.
But that's not too abnormal.
Yeah, that's not too abnormal at this point. And as a quick lightning round thing, just because I don't want to, be sitting here in this intro for too long, we got Roche.
Hi, it's me, Roche. I'm playing Funny Ghost. Woo!
Then we got, well, I guess Funny Ghost's name is Iremono, by the way. We got Gecko.
Hello, I'm Gecko, local Australian. I'm playing Eleanor. Funny, unlocking criminal.
Yep. Then up next we got Penny.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm playing Poppy Wolfcastle, also known as Little Miss Radioactive Gonna Explode. I have a lot of tabs open to prepare for any rollable table stuff that happens. Quicker rather than slower.
And then we got our streamer, Iris.
I'm Iris. I'm streamer. I'm playing Yura. And I'm tired. It's very late. I've already done one stream today, so just fair warning. I will One Piece character abandon D ship if this is going too late. But hopefully it'll be fine, and I'm excited regardless. Poppy. Penny failed to mention that Poppy is also the mysterious centaur, by the way.
Yeah. And then last but not least,
the enigmatic Sphinx.
The enigmatic Sphinx. The dubious chimera. We got Kakapo. Yeah,
So you know how you asked if your mic was doing the thing before we started?
Oh no.
All we heard was
yeah. Yeah. So Kakapo, I have a question for you. Do you have the stream up?
No.
Yep, no, it's just the curse that continues, is that when we start, it happens. So,
Let me just, Alright, I'm back. Hey.
You are
now
so much
even less
less.
comprehensible.
Nope, cannot be heard.
Soleil, introduce me. I'll leave and fix the problem.
He's playing a Maya.
Yeah, he's playing a Maya. He'll be here at some point, I'm sure. Yeah. With that being the case, what's that? You're new around here, and this, for some godforsaken reason, is the first stream you're seeing here on this channel. I won't judge. If it just happens to be the case, that's pretty cool. You should
Hi.
join our Discord server. There it is. Fine dining. Whoa! Woo! Hey, Kakapo, try talking.
Hi. Hi, I'm talking. I'm Kakapo.
There you go. You're back to a reasonable level.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah, playing Maya. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Speaking of being
and-
reasonable, so any of our actions are any times for all of us?
No, you.
Any one?
No, you pick one of your actions on your sheet
Yeah.
and turn it into an anytime for the combat.
I'm sorry. Is this a poppy thing?
It's a poppy
Yes,
thing,
that's a,
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this applies to everyone except herself.
Okay. Understood. Well, join that funny little Discord as I was mentioning, if you're new around here, and I hope you enjoy yourselves for this this very very impromptu casual stream we're doing. This one shouldn't be the craziest thing in the world, and if you watched my most recent primary GM venture, right? Yeah, you'll recognize some features. But we have a remix of a fight that we've done before. It's a little bit different, right? And you'll notice how that is the case as soon as we get started, right? And so I'm gonna ask you guys to go ahead and just start wherever you're wanted on this map.
Oh, no.
Alright.
I am also stating for the record with this fucking feature, I have decided to be merciful. I'm just putting that out there. I could have made this horrible, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Poppy start away from her allies, so you guys pick where you want to go, and I'll put Poppy somewhere.
Does it have to be in this center island?
No, I could just pick somewhere, anywhere where there's ground anyway. That's probably a smart idea. It's up to you.
I could start on one of the floating crates around the place, but that's exactly what they'd expect me to do. She taps her chin.
Yay, floating crates! Maya jumps over to one.
Yeah.
Goop.
I'd rather be away from people if that's okay.
No problem with me. Alright.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
No point in indecision. She just jumps to this crate.
So, any of the crates?
Anywhere.
Hey, there are edges too, I suppose you could do.
Eleanor just kind of slowly walks to the edge of this one.
Okay.
Yep. And
yeah, I'm good here.
Okay, cool. And as you guys all, are pretty immediately digitized into this space, as a more regular data bounty proceeding, or I guess I guess more the standard as opposed to the ones that are directly monitored by some. Not to say that this isn't, but all this hemming and hawing to say that without much of a warning, directly in the center next to Elena and Poppy, you guys see from the sky in an instant dropping down with a heavy crash this fucking thing. And simultaneously, as it does, nearly sending the both of you off of this platform that you're standing on, but you both barely managed to get to grips here. At the same time, some other guys start showing up.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Around.
Oh no.
And, I'm gonna reveal these. And, while I'm doing that, I think it's time for some of this.
Yeah.
Oh, my character sheet.
Did I accidentally? No, I didn't. Okay.
Why not? Hold on. Oh, good.
Oh, she just
I'm
has
all
to
in this
shift.
phase. I'm all in this phase right now. Amaya is going to
Hey.
she's gonna look to Iramono and Yura. Hey, I don't know either of you. You guys seem cool. We're fighting together. Mind if I boost you guys?
I'm not cool, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. As she like flicks out her Hero.
Oh, no, Yuramono was just gonna say it might be wasted on me, but go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see how this works. As she's going to use Dope Woman, and Iris Roche, your characters are now susceptible to the things in Amaya's document that I posted earlier. So pay attention to those things.
All right, that thanks.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Any other starter combat-y stuff?
Aside from the thing I posted, where if you want to select something, to gain any time stuff, and that again applies to every single entity in combat, presumably shared for these guys.
Yeah.
Great.
You can turn one of your things into an anytime.
Okay.
Can or have to?
Or you can turn your anytime into a twice per round.
It says May, so yeah.
Yep, you don't have to.
Yep.
Unlike last time, it's not forced.
Okie doke. Yeah, sure.
And I will also, for the sake of Soleil, who is in the aura, post this. You can ignore everything up until act.
Every single action any unit takes for the puppy's aura, including their Geiger, once they reach 8. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yep. Usually it goes up by 1, but since it is a 5-foot aura, it is going up by 2.
Okay.
It also is 1
and then-
damage at the start and end. You know. All right.
Yep. As one last little thing, for Iramono and Elena, who wants to go first?
Sure.
I'll let you go first, Gecko.
Sure.
Okay.
Put a 5. Yeah, go. Okay.
And so, with that, as first the mech suit drops down with a thud, these creatures, instead of from shadow directly, more so from a kind of fusion between digital static and shadow, apparate alongside of it. This mech extends its arms out to the side, and with the whirring of engines and gears, it is your turn, Yura.
Okay. As the shadow bats appear around the place, she instinctively reaches for her katana, but then stops herself, hesitating. No need for that. That's why I bring these things along. And she takes out her guns and is going to start firing at this bat above her.
Gotcha.
What?
All right.
She can fire these twice per turn, so she'll make a second shot.
Yep. And let's see. You're precisely in range, so I think these little guys are gonna try and. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right.
You know what? I'll say that that's gonna negate one of the guns and deal the damage, but the other gun will go through.
That's fair, but what if with the gun she already fired, she dropped that from her hand and, almost absent of her own will, draws her sword, and she's gonna try to, mash deflect. Which I made twice per round.
Of course.
Of
Katana
course.
swiftly attempts to deflect an incoming melee attack with projectile. Yeah, so it's just full on deflect.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say in this case, right? It's still going to cancel out the gun like hit, I guess, because you're kind of swapping your focus from properly shooting to deflecting.
Yeah.
But you're certainly not taking any of the damage, and he's taking that 3. So.
Okay. In that case, so we did that. As a bonus action, she's going to prepare one of her ninja tools. No, she isn't. That's a 1.
Ooh,
she drops it off the edge. Yeah, fuck. Nobody saw that. That's my turn.
All right, Elena.
Elena, who has been watching Yura this entire time.
Yeah.
I'm curious why you're not using your sword, but I guess it won't prod any further. She shrugs.
It's
puts her
not.
hands in her
It's a
pocket.
melee weapon, and I'm at range. It's normal. It's normal to use guns.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
makes
right.
sense to me.
Elena just like yeah. Just gives like a a bored half nod, before putting her hands in her pockets and swinging her like she does this in a casual single motion, where she puts her hands in her pockets, slowly sort of shifts on her feet, and then kicks down onto this thing's foot. So she's attacking it with lockpick kick, single version. Nope.
Nope. Unfortunately, you go to try and do this, maneuver, trying to hit it at its foot, but in doing so, you realize, yeah, this thing's pretty sturdy.
Yeah, she's like, okay. If that is the case, she is just going to, I don't know why, but I'm feeling kind of energized. And where is it? Here it is. For some reason, I haven't added my like abilities as macros. I'll have to get on that, but it's gonna just key overdrive.
Okay.
So effectively, if this is successful, which 12, it
Yep.
causes her next attack to deal 1.5 damage and then create a keyhole, which can be targeted for to bypass defenses and
Gotcha.
deal an extra point of damage. So you kind of see her natural sort of golden aura flicker with a spark of flame of similar color, and she just kind of moves around here and then swings around at an unnatural speed. Because I made my... Oh, fuck.
As with this unnatural speed, you go to kick the other leg, not finding too much more luck with this one.
She just eyes this thing up and down, like... Looks like I'm really gonna have to try. Alright, that's it.
Alright.
So at least my neck... Oh wait, it's advantage, my bad.
Oh, okay. There you go.
My bad, I forgot about the rolls with advantage. Oh,
Well,
okay, never mind.
good thing it was. Good thing it
I'll
was
take the two.
advantage.
I'll take the two.
Unfortunate.
I think Elena might actually be oh no. I think you were right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm running it here.
Alright,
Yeah.
Roche, anytime.
Yep. I made one of my abilities a bonus action, as was my God-given right. It is effectively a setup ability. I take one of the 13 ghosts that Iramono has around them. I will note my passive now. Iramono is a half ghost who's missing their soul, so 13 funny ghosts just hang out with them. I'll post the list of all of them, but we don't really need to care about that. All that you need to know about is that one of them is called Icarus, who's a half angel. I'm going to attach him to my weapon so that I can apply light things and possibly change it into the shape it usually is when Icarus possesses Iramono.
Now, why would
Let's
you
go.
do something like that?
Why would I do that?
Yeah,
It's a
you have
15.
applied that spirit to your sword.
Yep. As Iramono's weapon changes from a staff to a bow, and takes on this like blue and golden sheen. All right. And that's the anytime.
All right. Now it's your turn, Prop.
Okay. And now, let's go ahead. I have to pay 1 upkeep on my turn, I believe, for holding on to the, object. Or I forget if that's for someone else. Either way, I'm gonna pay it. Currently, Iramono is not possessed by a ghost, so I'm pretty sure... Is this a passive, or is this a talent? Okay, it's a passive upgrade. Effectively, while Iramono does not have a soul in their body, they have +2 crit range. This may become important. Ooh. Hold on. Let me actually just... Yay, okay. I'm going to just shoot this little batty bastard.
Okay.
There's the kicker. That was a separate character sheet. Not to worry, not to worry. I have it here. Basically...
Iramono just says, like, ghosts, B13, and he just explodes.
Yeah. This is an 8 range 2 damage attack. However, I did use the ability I did pretty well. Maybe I can get a little bit extra.
It is radiant too, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it's not quite worth doing 2 damage to this guy, but hey, maybe with what was put into this, we'll go for it. Fuck you, little bat. That's a 5.
That is a 5. So, unless something can be done, that's you're gonna fire, and you're gonna miss.
I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
I guess I know that there is I know that there's the Amaya bonuses, but I didn't actually. I was intending the +2 to be on ghosts or on rolls to use ghosts ? But like I don't know if it can be that specific.
I mean, if you want it to be that specific, like, sure.
Yeah.
Well, now to clarify, then, is this using the ghost? Is that how this ability works, or?
The ghost is in the item, so it is technically they are using the item, but the ghost is in there.
In which case, yeah. If you're firing it, it's gonna. If it is a +2, then it's a 7, so it's not great. But yeah, you'll hit him. And with the extra damage, you're gonna do a fair bitty to him.
Yep. Iramono does that, and then how's movement work? Do I have to roll to jump to different spots?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, honestly, for now, Iramono's gonna stick by Amaya as they twirl their newfound bow.
Gotcha. In which case, we go to this guy's turn. He's gonna take 1 for starting in the aura.
Yep. It is doubled in this state. It's 2.
Sure. So,
But it's only
he'll-
once per turn, so even if he ends his turn next to me, it's fine.
He'll take the damage, and then let's see. We're gonna start off with. I don't think he's quite a big fan of this little radiation that's sort of like doing this to him, right? So what he's gonna do, right? And funnily enough, no, the way that this works, it wouldn't be able to do that because the flavoring and how it's supposed to be. He is gonna go for Titan Buster on you, Poppy.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, he gained 2 Geiger because it's doubled. But I am going to. Poppy, looking at this. Actually, the funny thing about that, bye.
Okay. I'll
It is
say
just
that.
a tangible dash, effectively.
Okay. Well, you did roll a bit lower than it, so I'll give you a bitty of it. I'll say including cost, you're gonna take I mean, yeah, you rolled pretty aight, and he rolled kind of average. So, I'll say you're gonna take 4, including cost.
3. And you know what? She is going to literally travel through him to end up over here. Because that's
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah, that's within 7.
Gotcha. In which case, let me see. You guys certainly did do that, didn't you? Okay. Yeah. I think this is what it's gonna do then, right? It is then going to step around this way, right?
Yep.
And in going here, in case anyone was curious, of course he can fly.
Yeah, of course.
So he's gonna
Don't
do
be
this
an
and
idiot.
effectively using this because as per his passive, right, he has the rocket movement action where he can spend stamina to gain additional things where he's flying. He's going to get basically one space into the air here and here, such that he is not like in the space of the bat. Not that it necessarily would matter, but let's go one space up. So we'll do this, and then going for, in tandem with another rocket movement action, he is going to go for fucking machine Gatling in this line that will have Elena and Poppy in it.
Alright.
Right.
Well, I have something for this. As soon as I open up Discord again. There we go. Yeah, Bobby's just gonna scream at him.
Okay.
I think it's this one. Yep, she lets out a scream, does 2 damage to all enemies within 6 spaces, and specifically for the target, increases their Geiger count by 2, and it's very effective at interrupting in-progress actions.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna force it to, because yeah, it has 2 rocket movement actions. Yeah, 2. Because it rolled completely average and you rolled slightly above average, I'm gonna give him another roll to see exactly how much this obstructs his action.
Yep.
Okay. It will deal the 2 damage and increase the Geiger by 2. So he's at 4. And it certainly will do a good job of interrupting it, insofar as, right, it was going to fly this way, right, to hit Elena and then continue here, while then moving a bit off to the side, such to not be in your immediate vicinity.
Yeah.
Right? And it is going to get that movement, but the damage that you, Elena, and you, Poppy, are going to take, instead of being the fucking 8, is going to be, you know what, let's say another 3 for the both of you.
Is that including my cost or not?
For you, including cost. For Elena, it's just 3.
Alright, I'll take one on.
Well, okay. As it flies past, right? Elena like quickly reaches to the ground and she's gonna try to, in order to mitigate the damage potentially, and also trip him up. Right? Is he flying or is he like?
Yeah, he's flying. He's one space in the air right now.
One space in the air. All right. No, I should just take 3.
Okay. And then as the final thing for this thing's turn, for the most part, this guy is exactly as he was in Bifrost, with the exception of this thing, which is a little different.
Oh no.
But, you know, you don't have to worry about that right now.
Recharge 0 amount.
So,
I see.
yeah.
This is
so
what
no
you've
need
done.
to worry about that. Yeah, this is what I've
The
done.
gods know what you've done.
Yeah. Don't worry about that yet, though. It's all good. It's okay. So we're gonna go to the bats. Yeah, bats.
This bat down here took 2 damage.
Oh, sure.
Didn't take any Geiger,
Oh,
just
sure.
2 damage.
Sure, alright. Whatever you say, man. Speaking of him, after you screamed, he was not a fan of that, so he'll fly into your fucking terror radius here. Is gonna lick you.
Alright.
I'll say this will deal 1 damage instead of the 3, but the other effects will go through.
Yep, they take 2 Geiger, they don't take the damage yet.
Okay. So 2 Geiger. This guy's gonna come over here, do the same thing to Elena.
Okay.
God, I don't know if you've, I don't know if you've, if you remember the, fucking original Pokemon opening, but, like, there's a scene in it where fucking Haunter
yeah.
licks, like, someone, Poppy does,
Charmander.
like, the reaction.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
no, dude,
as
actually.
this thing goes to dive bomb in with his ghastly lick, you instead duck under his attempt, creating that hole, and you can reappear in another hole in space. So yeah, feel free to go
It's-
wherever you're able.
Yeah, so she essentially is out of combat until she reappears.
Okay.
And it has to be another turn that isn't
Got
her
it.
own. So, yeah.
All right. As Elena, you just zoop down into this presumably keyhole-shaped hole you create beneath yourself.
It's like she like opens it like a trapdoor that like
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yura, you're next for your ghastly licking.
Yeah.
Oh, you're next for the licking.
Well, thankfully, right? My
Yeah.
Vash's deflect is currently twice per round, so she
True.
can try to do that again in retaliation. And
Ooh.
it perfectly parries the die itself. What do you look at that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Does it
Nice.
have any sort of like thing for that, or
She is mainly just holding up her sword to just essentially get in the way of the tongue, and if it ends its turn right now, then something will happen, but otherwise, yeah.
Well, I'll ask you, right? Do you want to escalate or do you want to kind of meet in the middle somewhere?
Oh, why not? Let's escalate.
Whee!
I think she should get an upgrade where if she perfectly matches
Oh.
the die, if she
Yeah.
perfectly matches the die, she
Yeah.
gets like a fucking perfect parry.
Yeah, no, she should, but
Yeah.
alright.
Well,
I guess we're going again.
unless, I mean, if we could leave it here theoretically.
Well, but I'm
Up
gonna
to you.
take partial damage, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh
No!
no!
Well, what I'm gonna say then is we're gonna bump this up to 6 damage.
No. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to try to as she sees this tongue is just persistently trying to get around her sword. She makes the Vegeta like as it's like approaching, and she's gonna try to leap just directly away from it over to the other platform where Poppy is, using her passive, where once per round she can attempt to dodge something just at blinding speed by spending a stamina.
Okay.
Everyone with their fucking dash
Hi,
anytime.
Dilly.
Yeah.
Hi, Dilly.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Because we had 2 levels of escalation, right? You're gonna take the normal base level effect, so the 3 damage and the associated -1 and everything, right? But you can get your dash.
Alright, she'll move over here, just very quickly wiping off the shadow saliva from herself. These fucking... Who comes up with this stuff? But
I think I saw these things on TV. Also, Yura just feels the immense, uncomfortable radiation.
Oh, you're right, I should probably move here, right? Let's
yeah,
do that, how
probably.
about...
Yeah.
She just
She
scooches
dashes
away a
there
little bit,
initially,
yeah.
but then, like, feels it and just steps to the left, you know?
Right, yeah. Okay. So she's gonna take the 3, and then I assume that doesn't count as a successful deflect either.
Unfortunately not, no.
Alright, that's fine.
Alright. Then we have the final bat, who isn't a fan of Yuramono trying to shoot at it, so it's gonna try and ghastly lick her.
I thought you were gonna say gaslight.
Same roll as I did for the previous 2, so...
Soleil's just running these bounties so she can
No.
lick women, dude. It's so
Yeah.
gross.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna speak out against this.
You know?
That's super cool.
Yep.
I have a counter argument. They may
Okay.
still get the lick off, but they may not get the lick off unscathed.
Okay.
As I'm going to use Everything is Spiritual again to infuse Iramono's cloak with another soul, right?
I'm lick off
Yeah,
liquid
this-
steam.
Oh, so.
This might not actually help me for the sake of, you know, this is now twice the woman to lick. But the ghost of Vlatka, who is a vampire who is very obsessed with you know, stabbing themselves with stake to become immune to it, and so she has a whole lot of staking things. So I want to have thorn mail, motherfucker, eat it.
Let's see. Do you have Thornmail? Unfortunately, you
I
do
guess
not.
it's a 7, but like,
That's fair. It is a 7. What I'll give you is you have Thornmail now after you get licked, so you can maintain it if you'd like, unless you'd rather like. I guess is that how it works, or is it?
I'd rather not maintain it if it's going to be like a Garbo.
In that case, instead of 3 damage, right? You can take 2 damage, including cost. So, oh well, no, the cost is 2, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, I'll give you 2, so you can take the cost for that ability. But you are going to be affected by the other things, and then the thing is gone.
It is -1 to rolls, -1 movement, and then bad rolls. Well, that's not quite good for me. I roll 5.
Yep, that's it's not great. So that's all the bats. We're gonna get to the hobgoblins, and they're gonna be a bit more simple because for the most part, these guys are just gonna get to the edge of their respective little areas, and they're not really a big fan of whatever's going on down there. So these guys are all just gonna walk to their respective edges and hold a hold a little claw attack. It looks like they're on guard and ready to attack if anyone approaches, right?
Great.
However,
They're edging.
this
That
guy,
can't be good.
Amaya, happens to be within the perfect range for a dark
Oh,
orb.
really? Dark orb? Well, to Dark Orb, I say, hey, ya.
What are these rolls, man? Come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
know.
I'll say that including cost. I mean, you're gonna take the original 6, so it'll balance out, right? Such that you're effectively not gonna pay cost for using that, and you can also move, but you are gonna get hit by the the dark orb. So
Yeah. She'll like jump across this, and before you say, maybe that might be a bit hard for her. No.
No.
which part of this?
Which part of this? Basically, she can like move as if she's like in space.
Okay.
She has like lowered gravity
Gotcha.
movement if she wants.
All right. I will say though, it did roll a 15 plus, so after you land there, you're gonna be prone.
What? You unfortunately don't stick the landing.
Yeah.
She like slow motion pratfalls onto this platform, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have the cursed mark, so just put that with like a purple or something.
The curse.
You're inflicted with the curse. Yeah, you have that on you right now. Yeah, you have that on you.
Yeah.
Anyway, as for the rest of them, they're all just holding their hands up in a guarded position, ready to strike. But it's your turn now, Amaya.
She get the up. And I must ask, have we seen any crits so far in this combat?
No.
From the enemy team?
Definitely not.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Just needed to make sure. Amaya is going to jump over here, if that is fine.
Well, reminder, how much movement does Amaya have? Because I know you're good at vaulting, right? But you did have to
it's
get up
like-
from prone.
It's 6 movement.
Okay, so if you had 3 movement, right, and you were here, this is 6 squares.
Well, specifically, I was here, so.
Okay, and so that gives you effectively, if I remember correctly from the talent as you posted, it's 2+ movement or something, right?
Yeah.
Give me a roll to make that, because that's not going to be within the movement range you have while you're not great unless you got something.
I think I do. Let me see. Just make sure. That's right. Amaya does have this, and she does count as a dope unit for the sake of this, so I'm going to use lose control on myself.
Yep.
And the roll is a 13. I don't need to reroll it.
Yep, you're all good. Then in that case, you're completely fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if it didn't, you would gain start step 3. So like at that point, you just solve yourself. Like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're yep, you got it.
Well, if I do get the non-stacking start step 3, Amaya's just gonna waltz up to this guy, and is going to use she's going to use 2 abilities at once, a bonus action and a main action. First off, she's going to use element to like make her like arm a lot more stretchy and sticky because it's made of shock glue now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a 10.
Yep. So this does.
Nothing right now.
Yeah, you're just imbuing yourself. Got it.
Yeah. But she is going to be using Final Hour, her basic attack, in the name of her funny gauntlet glove, on this guy. What she's aiming to do is punch him multiple times, but while in doing so, also just ramming him into the big ship. Not only damaging this guy, but also taking down some things of the boss as well.
Okay.
Basically not only hurting this guy, but using him as a weapon. So. Let's use Final Hour. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So remind me again. I know you said it already. Which element are you imbuing this with?
For Maya, it's just her shock glue.
Okay, it's just shock glue.
Yeah. You only need to worry about like which element is which when other people are using it.
Okay.
Which
Yara
and Iramona can do if they wish. But yeah.
I think this bat would try this, which is pretty good.
It's pretty good, but how is he going to stand against? The Final Hour is loop 2. I don't know why it says Reconext. I haven't updated this in a bit.
Well, yeah, it's,
It's loop 2.
Okay.
She's just gonna use that again to, like, as she's like, maybe she, like, goes for the punch, she's, like, using it and all that stuff, but then she goes within, like, the right hook to, like, subdue it, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
and, like,
you roll it. To be fair, the idea with loop is that you need to succeed to loop it, which, in this case... It's being contested by the eye bolts, but
if that's how we're gonna rule it, I can do something else.
Go for that something else first, is what I'll say, because
she was going to use Hey to imbue to imbue this with more shock glue, rushing forward, maybe getting closer to the big bad to do that. So it's almost like she's punching him, he's going for the eye bolt, but then she like rushes forward to like punch sooner and also get them both closer to this guy to do the attack. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that's something. Here's what I'm gonna say then, right, is you are going to grab onto this guy. Effectively, here's the order of operations, right? You're gonna take the 2 from the eye bolts, right?
Okay.
But you do manage to swerve yourself enough such that your action still, like, goes through. It's not going to be a full power punch, just because, he rolled pretty good on those eye bolts. He had to divert pretty heavily. But you have sort of, like, dashed and then clotheslined him a bit closer.
Yep. And she's going to, and do I get the loop too?
Yeah, it's enough of a success where you can loop it, yeah.
Yep. Just want to make sure. And then, she's just going to sock him again. This time for 3 damage, and that's the roll. So
that's the roll. So, unless you got more boost for yourself, all right.
Not yet. No, not at the moment. I'm just gonna put down my shock glue tiles. And,
gotcha.
Good.
You go on ahead. And then, at the end of this turn, as per the request, Elena reappears.
I specifically would like to reappear. I'll go. Okay. Just like the trapdoor opens up,
Yep.
Click. She jumps out. But I miss.
Not much.
Look around. Nothing, huh?
These guys are putting up more of a fight than I'd like, but you know that's why this is a challenge. So
I don't like them.
She just looks at Amaya like, are you class 2?
what?
Class 2, you can't give up on those vibes.
You mean like power wise?
Yeah, I
No.
know the classification system, you know, like, government uses it.
I don't like raises an eyebrow.
Whatever.
I hate the government. Alright, go on, Poppy.
Eleanor looks you're straight dead in the eyes. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Alright, go on, Poppy.
So, yeah. I didn't want to interrupt the flow or any other turns, but firstly, for ending his turn in the aura, the bat would have taken 2 damage. And for starting their movement, this doesn't apply when you're traveling through or ending your movement, but if you start movement inside the aura, it would affect it. So the robot would be up 2 Geiger counter.
Sure.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure that was known. I am going to have her do something. I have a fun idea. From beneath her like cardigan that she's wearing, a stretchy like you know, like a sticky hand toy, right?
Yeah.
A sentient green sticky hand comes out. And is going to wrap itself around the bat and throw it at the mech.
Okay.
While Poppy, I just need to check my ranges on this real quick. Yes, I can just pick a space within a very large range. When it gets thrown into this space, Poppy is going to detonate this space, this 2x2 area.
Okay.
So I will roll for hand first. Nope, mine, that's fine. The hand just disagrees with her, just gives her like a but she's still gonna try and detonate the same 2x2 space. Roll. Oh my god.
What are your guys' rolls this time, huh?
Yeah. I don't know
I
how
don't
I
have
could possibly help with that.
Technically, that's an unnatural 0.
Well, I definitely can't help with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless somebody has
doesn't do
anything.
I don't have any way of boosting my own rolls.
Going once, going twice.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna say, right, is part of the crit fail here, because I'm gonna be a little nice just because of what's been going on with your guys' rolls, right? But the crit fail effect is going to be that there's some enough level of force that bat is gonna be knocked out of your aura without taking any more shit.
Alright, that makes sense. In that case, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the -1 because my turn's about to end. I don't have anything else I can do. I'm just gonna stand. Oh no, I do actually have something I can do. So this has a -1 as a bonus action because I don't think the hand. Yeah, it's just something I can do in tandem. I'm just gonna have she's surrounded by 3 floating orbs of energy. Right. She's going to fire one of them at the bat.
Okay.
Oh, no mind. That's a 3.
Yeah.
I'll describe anyway. It sort of like it's just floating there as an orb that then slowly gets smaller and smaller as it fires off into the far distance.
Yeah, this bat just manages to quickly swerve out of the way.
Oh no. She's getting a little stressed and she's gonna stand right here.
Okay. Yura.
Yura closes her eyes in meditation for a moment. She repeats to herself, "We can do this. Guns are cooler than swords. Guns are cooler than swords." She's gonna slowly raise her guns, open her eyes, and she's gonna fire one towards this bat in the, to the south.
Yeah, let's see it. Okay.
Oh, guns
Yep, and
are
it's
cooler
fired.
than swords.
Are you just firing the one, or is it twice per?
I figured I'd just go for the one first, but if the bat lives through this shot, I will fire again.
It did live through that one.
All right, I will fire again. Yes,
is now
yes. She exhales, a small smirk crossing her face. She twirls the pistols triumphantly. All right. After doing that, let's try for a ninja tool. Nope. After that, she triumphantly twirls her guns, blowing the smoke from them, and then like her pack just like falls off and all of her bombs spill out. Fuck! She like goes to the ground and starts scooping them back in. I'll pay that cost. That's gonna be it.
Okay.
I'm now starting to wish I'd done the fucked up thing, but you know, whatever.
Listen, all I can do is apologize for the rolls.
Nope.
I have no control over that.
It's fine. Listen, I got the 3 attacks with the guns, so now I can use anything else.
Yeah. All right.
Eat
Helena.
shit, Elena.
Helena. Okay.
She's gonna do it.
Oof. Jesus. All right. Well,
Time she's really gonna do it.
this time I'm gonna. Okay. Let's start with a nice and simple key overdrive. Yippee!
Yeah, you got it.
I'm
Oh,
ready with
yeah.
Stamina. Woo!
Woo!
I know what I'm picking up for this. All right. So anyway, she kind of takes her hands out of her pockets, like, all right, looks like I'm gonna have to really give it my best shot.
Yup.
She thinks to herself as she bolts up here, and she's gonna, let's see, oh, haha, you know, I didn't even consider that, but, give me 1 second, I need to scroll up. God. Yeah, sure. Alright, so what she's gonna do is close sesame, which rolls with advantage. Thank God.
Yeah, yep. All right.
9.
So it's a 9. That's still something. So you zoom forward with your energy and you do a kicky.
Yeah.
3
So,
damage. Yep.
3 damage for knockback, and then I lock a passive talent ability or basic attack. And I'm choosing Missile Rain.
Oh, you lucky little, you little son of a gun. Okay.
But there's more, because as it's locked away, using this ability specifically, Elena gets a copy of it until they break the lock.
With all of this being said, I think you're going to force it to try and use it anytime.
That is an action it's taking inside my aura as well.
Yeah, I'm aware. So it's up to 8.
Okay. I don't have anything I can do to respond to that. That's all I've got is
Gotcha.
key boosted, 18 key boosted attack.
Yeah, I'll say that the key boost, I mean, you rolled really well, right? And this isn't like a combo attack, it's just that the flavor is that you're doing multi-kicks, yeah?
Yes. It's specifically, she's just like a combo flurry of attacks.
Okay.
In flavor.
Yeah. In which case, the key was pretty good, right? So, here's how I'm gonna rule this, right? Energy Barrier is going to deflect most of the damage from this attack. In fact, I'll say it's going to take 1 from the attack itself,
Yeah.
right?
The
and
attack
then
does do sorry, I forgot to mention. It's 1.5 times, so it would be what?
Ah,
5?
right. Yeah. So normally it'd be 5. In which case, I'm gonna bump it up to 2 again. Your key overdrive is really doing that there, right? So most of the damage, it's a little bit mitigated, and the barrier is now there, but you will lock off missile rain for a bit. So
Okay. Now, the keyhole left by key overdrive. Does that still happen, or is it just the keyhole is now in the barrier and
yeah,
not
the keyhole
them?
would be in the barrier.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Instead of him, yeah.
All right. So put a lock symbol on that guy. Do you remember?
Sure.
It's
Yep.
in the base. Yep, got it. And then I'll put a lock symbol. Unless there's a key symbol, is there? No. Yeah, I'll just put a lock symbol myself. So yeah, they can't break it the first time they have it, like the first. But afterwards they can. So, and in theory, someone could break it for them. So after that first turn.
Okay.
Right. With that in mind, that's Eleanor's turn.
All right.
I'd
Yep.
like to post this. The Geiger is now reset to 0, but you should probably keep it on there. I'll let you decide what this means.
Right.
I suppose.
His worthless legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I'd say yeah, because he's got fucking. Let me remember what I wrote down here, just to like. Yep. Pour out the. Yep. I think in this case, it's the exoskeleton, or I guess the endoskeleton portion of one of its arms is gonna.
Yeah, like the frame inside.
Yeah, the frame is gonna be a little disconnected, so that arm's not gonna work all too well.
Yeah. I imagine her stuff, still works on machinery because radiation does affect mechanical shit very well, but I imagine it works differently against
In this case,
robots versus humans.
yeah, in this case, it's primarily going to work as it normally does, purely because, with him being like a mech robot thing, he would have endoskeleton and skeleton is bone,
Yep.
and
Makes sense. Yeah, and I'll let you decide how long that lasts for.
Sure.
As well.
Alright, is it your A's turn?
I believe it's Iramono's turn, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm in the corner over here. I'm in the carpet. I'm gonna So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay 1 upkeep for keeping out the bow, even though the bow doesn't do a lot of damage. Hopefully it should do a little more damage, because it's radiant. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make use of Amaya's funny thing here, because it, with element, I can use any element, and honestly, I think it makes sense, to say that Iramono can use the element of the ghosts that want to possess them, ?
Yep, makes sense.
And one of them effectively has a counting gimmick. Has a thing with counting. What I would like to do is I would like to count up the amount of arrows I'm doing so that I can shoot multiple of them at many targets.
Okay.
I want to fucking barrage all the shadow beasties near me. So I'll post element. I'll post my roll. This, I believe, crits on 18+. We'll see. That's a 7.
That's a 7.
Technically a 9 if it's using ghosts.
Yep, it's a 9. Yeah, so normally you fire 2, yeah?
Yeah, this is mostly I usually fire 1.
Okay. In which case, we'll increment that number. 9. That's 3 threes, brother. You'll go up to 3 arrows.
Alrighty, I'm now gonna roll to fire off these arrows.
Okay.
Iramono. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
14.
So is this all in one action?
I can do multiple rolls for them if you'd like.
Does Iramono have any sort of normal way of how it works, or is it
No, it's mostly just how variable up to GM.
Yeah, give me 2 more rolls then.
All right. At least the first one's going to be targeted into the bat.
Yep.
One of these is going into the hobgoblin.
Yep.
And I'll just do them in. All right. Super cool.
Okay. Well, before anything else, right? You fire into this bat who gets pierced with this light arrow and dies, right? And that 18 was targeting this guy, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. He'll try with his held action, right? Since he was in a guarded pose, right? That was the whole idea here, right? He is going to. Well, what they were holding out for, right, was primarily they were going to go for claw, right, to bat away at something, and especially because you crit, I don't think he has enough time to do anything other than that first instinct, so he's going to try. That is not good enough. The base damage of this is 2, yeah?
Yep.
In which case, it's 2, bumped up to 4 because of crits, and then with weakness applied, yeah, this goblin's not looking great, as with the fucking... You know, he goes down. Well, not down, defeated, but he falls to his ass. Where's the third arrow going?
I'll target at the hobgoblin.
Same guy?
Yeah.
Let me double
Greedy
check something about
gobbler.
how he works. It'll be tough because of the situation, but because this is his last stand, we're gonna activate, you know, Skitterer here to try and use Surprise Trick. This is gonna be really tough.
It's exact.
It is exact. But I'm gonna say with your crit earlier, that's gonna tip the scales, right? So here's how I'm gonna rule it, right? He is going to meld into the ground, right? As the arrow pierces the shadow on it, right? And he's barely gonna get a lunge out, and I'm gonna give him a roll to see. Alright. That is basically the same thing. All he's gonna get is 1 damage scratch on you, Irimono, as he goes down, and he's done.
Irimono gets scratched. As I imagine what happened is literally they point the bow straight forward towards the bat, and like 1 arrow switch into 3, they release it. The first arrow pierces into the bat and like skewers it, as the 2 others basically split off to the side and go backwards towards that guy. And as all that happens, and she turns around and gets the 1 little scratch for her troubles, she's like, wasn't that impressive, I guess. Everyone else is focused on that guy. They mumble to themselves as they're gonna, I suppose, gingerly make their way over to try and take on the other, cookie customer over here. I don't think I have enough movement to make that jump.
At least not with the remaining movement, I don't think, unless you roll pretty good. Like, you could try, but it's not gonna be the easiest roll.
Yeah, yeah, fuck it, why not? We evil.
Okay. Where exactly were you trying to go?
Just, like, closest edge of, this thing.
Yep. And Irimono has how much movement naturally?
I believe it is 5 or 6. It is 5.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll say you just got it enough. But, like, you know, just barely in this case.
Got it. They land. They shrug. That's the end of their turn. Pretty
In which
effective.
case, yep, pretty good turn. They'll take 2, or is it 1? How much damage for starting?
It is 2, because
Okay.
the aura is a 5 foot.
Okay. I see. That's what this state meant earlier.
Yes, if it's at 15, it's just 1 and 1 Geiger for taking actions. But if it's 5 foot, it's doubled.
In which case, I'm going to roll a D2 because let's see who it wants to target with this first thing.
It wouldn't gain any Geiger for starting that turn. Just
Oh.
the damage.
Okay. Well, it will be gaining Geiger in a second when it tries to punch you with its non.
Yeah, I mean, taking actions and trying to move out makes sense.
No, roll bad there. So, all right here. I think therefore I am. How would I do this? Yeah. Let's go for it like this, right? What it's gonna do is it is going to begin moving and sort of in a down diagonal path, right, to collide with Elena and Amaya, and you know I'll say it moved, so 2 Geiger. Yep. But once it's out and sort of overlapped with the two of you, while it's in the middle of moving.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
At this point, I think I'm gonna officially elect that, Heya is my twice per round with the poppy thing.
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah!
Oh, and you got
Oh,
it.
hell
yes.
yeah.
If you want your crit
Yeah,
being
yeah.
played and it's not in here, I can do it. If you link it in voiceless.
Yeah.
I'll get you that real quick. But also, what a better time to show off Amaya's new thing that she got during Temple, and I never got to show off. Max Cool, Prop 50. Basically, it's a reintegration of her dope point system from her very old sheet. Basically, whenever anyone crits, Amaya gets a thing, and she can use that to augment her shock boost stuff more easily. With the crit that Yuramoto made earlier, and the thing now, yeah, she got that.
Another critical hit monster is added to the to the list.
Yeah.
So, with your crit, right? And let me know, by the way, when Amaya's crit theme is posted. I mean, I guess it's up to you, right? You can either, turn down the volume of the Roll20, or, you do what you want. If you want me to turn off the track while you play it.
I'll just mute it and play the
Okay.
track.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's in voices now.
Yep,
All right.
cool. So, is there anything else that you want to add to this before I give you your little fun thing that's your crit bonus?
Nothing other than, like, seeing what's going on instantly. She definitely dodges out of this behemoth's way.
Yep, and what I'll say, right, is with your crit, you can save Elena, bring Elena with you, just so that she doesn't need to spend her shit.
Hell yeah. There we go.
There you go.
She'll grab you and take you along.
Yep, and making the most, or I guess, as so long as Gecko is cool with that, I suppose.
Gecko's dead.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second. My bad.
It's all good. Amaya crit to dodge roll, and I was saying that the crit effect is that she can also bring you along, so you don't need to make any response to what's going on.
I'm totally fine with that. Yes.
Cool. All right.
As long as that's what Amaya wants. Yep.
Yep. In which case, Elena, Amaya helps and, grabs onto your arm, your shoulder, what have you, whatever you want to do, as you somehow making the most of this narrow space. Perhaps Amaya, not only with quick thinking, but quick analysis of the battlefield, notices, hey, yeah, this is a small area to dodge, but this thing's big and is going to ram into this corner, and this bat's here, and there's some obstruction. Make the most we can out of that. And it happens to perfectly work out the calculations, as this guy just sort of bunks off the side here, and will probably end up closer to here with how that works, canceling the rest of his movement action. And so, let's see here. What are we gonna do? Because I don't have Missile Vein, which kind of sucks a little bit for him, right? It's good for you all, of course. Oh boy, yeah, this one is mean. Is he gonna go for it? I mean, I think he would. Yeah. Let's just go for it. Because in this case, yeah, no, it makes sense. Let's not be a soft here. It's gonna try and do this. So let's roll that funny little number. Up.
Okay.
Dude thinks he's Union.
Dude does think he's Union.
Okay. I'm gonna try something in order to disrupt this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as its canisters sort of pop out and it begins to fire off these things, I'm going to use my anytime version of Lockpick Kick.
Okay.
In order to, as you kind of like skitters to the end and tries to do like a sort of like leap kick, trying to like downwards, like I forget what it's called. Is it like whirlwind kick? Something like a spin kick on top of the
Yeah.
They kind of says to lock them down using the double variant. Where is it?
Okay, so this is with the is that advantage or is it like 2 roll? Like,
So it's two attacks.
okay.
That are 3 and 2 damage, but the important part about it being 2 attacks is that it activates Locksmith Extraordinaire, meaning I can lock that ability.
I see.
Is the intent.
Okay.
This doesn't give it to her though. That's only that
Yeah.
one ability. So
Here's-
it's literally just locked.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say then, right? Because the 8, right, and you're jumping up and kicking the canisters, thereby
Simple
avoiding
with
the
me flavoring the 2 range because it.
Yeah. But in that case, that means that you're going to be able to avoid the barrier that's in front of it, which would otherwise make this kind of bounce off, right?
Mhm.
So the 8, I mean, this is definitely going to deal the damage, I believe. In terms of how much it interrupts the missiles, though, the 8 wouldn't be a whole lot to knock it down there, because I'll post this. And I know this isn't knockback, right, or prone,
Mhm.
but it is generally very difficult to, like, force movement on it, including, like, its canisters and shit, you know?
Mhm.
But the 16 was pretty good, right? So if we're going to make the assumption, let's say that half of the missiles are, each canister fires half of the 6, right? You're going to go and do that and stop 3 of the 6 missiles, right?
Okay. And it
That
does
will
give
not
them a
stop
lock,
the
yeah.
other
Yeah,
3,
sorry.
though. So, because of the 6, how would it target this, right? You know what? I think it makes sense for it to be sort of like that, right? So if it was doing that, and then it'd probably fire that there. Yeah, no, I think how I'm gonna rule this, right, is just by the nature of how you're going for this. This will stop the missiles that were going to be aimed at Yurin and Maya's collective, right? Because you guys are clumped up, so that would have been way worse for you guys, right?
Yeah.
But that does mean that the other missiles are... Actually, how far away is Irene Mono? Oh, she's too far away, actually. So I wouldn't have been able to do what I was thinking, which means that instead, when it comes to the missiles, it is... Effectively, 2 missiles are going to be going towards you, Yura, right? And 1 towards you, Poppy. So it is going to be 6 damage in a... Is it a... Yep, it's 6 damage to you guys, right? And you guys aren't next to each other, so that's effectively all it's going to be. Up to 5 spaces of knockback. And for Yura, there are 2 of these missiles coming towards you, so...
If I may, I'd like to try something first.
Sure.
Because presumably these missiles would be considered enemies.
They're projectiles more than they are enemies.
I mean, that's fair. It's a little weird. I'm just trying to do a funky thing where, she screams and disrupts the missiles, exploding them in the air.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know what kind of vibe you're going for. I'll say it's a
Yeah.
little bit more difficult to do that than it would be to throw an enemy off of its game, but, we'll
Yeah,
see what the roll is.
that makes sense. That's an
Okay.
11. That's pretty good for me.
That's pretty good. It rolled, I believe, also an 11 for that. So... Do you want, I'll give you the classic, meet in the middle, or do you want to escalate for you specifically?
Let's escalate. That's fun.
Yeah, I see it. Well, there you go. In terms,
So-
you're fucking fine, dude.
Yeah, I'll also post this.
have a quick
Everything
theme,
she rolls is
put it
considered
voiceless.
exploding. Yeah, I'll let you decide whether or not you want to play it because it is a Vocaloid song.
Yeah, let's
Probably
not.
a better idea to
James
not
isn't
though.
here to tell us if it's safe, so no.
Yep. All right, that's fine. Yeah. So, yeah, because it is a crit. It exploded, and she releases a 3 damage radioactive explosion. So, range determined by how many critical successes she got.
Okay.
Potentially to even disrupt the other missiles as they're going past her.
Here's what I'll say, right? Because this is sort of a crit off of an escalation, so it's definitely you're definitely fucking fine as you're not getting hit and all, right? But it's kind of in its own little role clash instance, right?
Yep, makes sense.
I'm gonna say it'll be easier for Yura to deal with hers, right? But it's not gonna like outright negate it, even though this was a crit, just because of how this is being handled.
Yep, I can perfectly agree with that.
Yep. In which case, Yura, 2 missiles coming towards you.
Yeah, she is just gonna use, once again, her just blinding speed to try to, dash, not away from them, but just past them, underneath their trajectory.
Okay.
Using this, we're gonna roll... Not bad.
Not bad. Yeah. With the crit from Poppy there, I'm just gonna double check something about how this works. Yep. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go, right? I'm gonna give the, No, I'm gonna do it like this. You're completely fine as you dash underneath these missiles, right? However, as listed in the ability, if they miss their target but don't immediately, like, crash and explode, they remain on the field, and on the power suit's next turn, they can try to hit you again, right? So, speaking of Union, you know, bro thinks he's Union. We'll use these because I happen to have these for no reason. It's not like I run a session or anything.
Yeah.
And we'll say these guys are here. I'll make them a bit bigger just so they're easier to see.
Oh yeah. This ability don't exist anymore.
Cheap tricks won't work.
And then, after those missiles are fired with some electric sparking and some gears whirring, that ability is locked off as per Elena. So, there you go. That's that. And might I ask you, Gecko, how does unlocking stuff work? How would you do that?
Right, so it's beyond his first turn, meaning he can attempt to essentially just break it off through some means. You make a roll to take it off, if you want to. And then, depending on how well you roll and how locked it is, right? So in this case, it's just an ability lock.
Yeah.
It either comes off or you make progress towards taking it off.
Okay. In which case, it is technically not the end yet, because this is its first turn without having missile rain. He can't do that yet, but just to know for the future, is it work the same way with homing missiles?
Normal locks? No. The other lock he can do straight away, yeah.
Okay. Well, assuming that takes no action economy, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Well, he manages to unlock the homing missiles then.
Right. So usually, just for future reference, when you unlock something, it, like, goes out of control depending on how tampered with it was, but considering he just rips it off straight away, I imagine nothing happens.
Yeah, not this time, but good to know for the future. As for the last thing on this guy's turn, because he has some rocket movement actions, and he's going to have to use them. Let's see exactly how far away. Yeah, we're going to have to use 2 of them to do what I wanted to do, right? So I'm going to be spending 2 stamina. But that's fine, because let me just clarify, Penny, right? It's that everybody gets a thing that can be in any time, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I've decided to be mean with this. I had an idea. You know, let's, go ahead and, you know.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
It's a 4, though, so...
It's a 4. So, luckily enough...
Sorry,
you
ultimately
see
this comes from Poppy, so it rolls a 4.
Yeah. You see its chest cavity open, and it seems like it's trying to do something. It's not really working out all too well. Even on a 4, right, there's like a little bit of like some energy charging, right? There's like something going on, but it's certainly not like great. You know, it's not the threat that the text here might lead you to believe.
Yeah. I think Poppy, seeing that, she knows energy a lot better than others. You don't want them to do that. That's gonna be really bad.
Eleanor kind of, tisks. Noted.
As for the bats, this one's gonna ghastly lick on Amaya.
Oh,
Ew. Well, I'm defenseless, dude. He's just licking me. That's
He's just
gross.
licking you, so that's 3 damage and the -1 roll penalty.
I
Let me
could
double
try
check.
to help if you need.
I mean, I don't want to have a roll penalty. We don't need that.
Alright, well, here's what I can do then, right? So, with my second use of my teleport passive, which well, I guess I didn't consider this. I mean, she's not using it to dodge something, I guess, but it is in response to an attack, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I could use it then. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
It would still be in response to an attack, so I would think it wouldn't work. Sorry. Never mind.
Yep. Gotcha.
I saw we.
Oh, good. But then yeah, ghastly look, 3 damage and the -1. So there's that. Then this guy, we go into the fucking Poppy danger zone, because that's how you attack people.
Yeah.
And he misses.
He doesn't
So,
like the
you know
taste
what?
of this though.
Radiation.
You know what? His boosted anytime thing is, we're just gonna do one of these at you. He doesn't like it, Poppy. You're gonna take 2 damage.
okay, I'll take 2. It's not worth using anytime. He does gain 4 Geiger though.
That's
but-
good for him. I'm sure he'll be living very long to be able to see
Yeah.
the fruition of that.
Yeah.
So that's
just don't end your turn.
that's the remaining them. So these
He ended
guys.
his turn.
Oh yeah, of course. All right. So this pit hobgoblin here, he's feeling a little brave. He's gonna try and make a step forward. No, maybe he shouldn't. Oh, I don't know. That seems a little dangerous. We'll just move over here instead. This guy, how far away is he? Pretty far, but could be further. And in fact, if he gets here, let's give him a roll. Let's see. Can he make it? Oh, he's fine. And then right here, dangling on the edge, Amaya, you've seen it once. You'll see it twice. The Dark Orb. All right, that's a 6. It's not great. I'm going to say that that's going to deal only 3 damage to you.
And no curse.
No curse.
Thank you.
And no prone. So it just 3 little globule damage. And then last but not least, this guy saw what Iramono did to the last one and will not have that happen to him. And so you know what? I think it's going to go for the Flame Curse on her.
The cursed.
The curse. Now you have the curse. So this is a 2 damage burn status, and whenever it would deal damage, you gain -1 damage modifier, and it gains a +1 damage modifier.
Got it. I don't want that. I'm gonna use one of my abilities here. One of my actual anytime. Technicolor Shades. I'm gonna have one of the ghosts that's currently not within my body try and help me out. And it just so happens I've got a chivalric knight man named Logan. And Logan's gonna come out and bring out a ghost shield to defend me, I think. Unless you deem otherwise, because this is mostly up to what you think the ghost would do, but they are a chivalry man.
If they're a chivalry man, I mean, what? Inflicting your enemy with a curse mid-battle. Talk about the antithesis of chivalry. What did I roll with my fucking thing? Like 9? Yeah. Yeah, no, if the idea is chivalry, I think it makes sense that they could block this specifically, so you're fine.
Pog.
So yep, and that's all the little goober guys. I suppose this guy down here, you know what? I mean, he could. All right, so yeah, man's on tank, right? You know what? He's also gonna try and go for the flame curse. Now that I think about it, because it is on site, and we're gonna try and put it on your same roll. Oh well, no, that's actually worse. So it is gonna be a weaker burn status if it hits you, Yura. But
I don't think I can avoid the curse, so I'll put a
yep.
Tiny.
It'll be a 1 damage burn status instead, and the extra damage won't go to him. So,
Alright.
there's that. Now that's all of them. Amaya.
Alright. Well, first off, as a swift action, she's just gonna clap her hands, and Luna, you are also now a dope unit. Yeah. Now you're not gonna get all stuck in this stuff. Points to the shock glow, so you're gonna be good with that. Second off,
Oops, sorry. Just looks down at the glue.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. Second off, like looks at the bat. She is going to punch down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna try an eye bolt. Ooh, you got anything to convince me to not send him flying down? Or I guess the opposite, something to convince me to send him flying down, considering that roll?
From a dope unit, and I already made a Luna one. I'm gonna element to further boost my fist's power and stretch stretch further. So yeah, it's basically just it's just an it's an attack augment to
Yep.
you know further court your favor.
Okay, and there you go. And that rolled higher than him. That's all I needed, right? So,
Yep.
you are gonna take, I'll say, only 1 damage from the eye bolts because of that element modifier, right?
Yeah.
But you do punch him, and he certainly didn't have a whole. I mean, I say he didn't have a whole ton of stamina. He had a lot of stamina for his margins, but your basic attack does 5, and you boosted it with a 19, and you're sending him down. You're not seeing him again.
Like she does like the exaggerated like pat of her hands like. All right. Do you know why they programmed that in? I'll be real. As she looks at the big robo. How are we gonna deal with that guy? Just stroking her chin.
Well, my plan at least is to, well, I suppose I should explain. I can put locks on things, and if I hit it enough, when the lock comes off, it goes haywire. So I'm thinking, she points to the rocket, like, you know, ejecting high pressure flame. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit
like
that.
and you know, if it had to be pointed at a kit feature, maybe this one, you know.
Yeah, I like that one. My plan is to hit that and make it go. She does like a boom hand motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all the way up there, and no, I'm not jumping on these boxes.
Yeah, that could work. You know what? Let's go together then.
Huh?
Like, or I guess just to glean her like a true thing, just in case I'm getting this right. Aluna said like, hey, like I'm not jumping on those things. I would rather it come here.
Yes, pretty much. She's like, I don't plan on coming to it. Going to it rather. Like,
Yeah,
as in,
then-
I'm not going to actively risk jumping all the way over here. Like, yeah.
Would you want to ride then, or?
Yeah, I mean, alright. It's safe.
All right. Like she like raises her hands in that fashion. Well, considering it has missiles, I'm gonna just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll stick over here. She gives Aluna a thumbs up. Yeah, if you need anything, if you need any boosties or anything like that, I gotcha. And that'll be, unless I have anything else. No, I think that'll be my turn for now.
All right.
All right. Just to be specific, they wouldn't have gained 2 Gaga, they would have taken 2 damage.
Okay.
She would turn into orb. But, you know what, let's see if they survive. Bonus action. I'm gonna shoot him with an orb. That's our roll clear.
That's your roll clear.
Because, oh, I got rid of too many.
We gotta clean out all these old rolls.
Yeah,
This combat.
because what we're aiming for is this to work. Death Shadows. I'm spending 3 to summon a little shadowy guy. With
I assume it's the guy you sent me.
Yep, 5 movement, 5 damage basic attack, and a single custom capability based on random words.
Well, make sure to roll those random words while I'm getting this thing ready.
Yeah.
Sod, we were never doing this bounty at all.
Yeah. A glimpse of hope, a roll boost.
I'm feeling restless.
I think facade that could like take the form of a shadowy copy mech could be fun.
I mean, that is very fun. I was hoping for healing, of some kind.
I mean, Restless could be healing. You could definitely
That's
interpret
Giving them,
Restless as healing.
like boundless energy. Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled pretty bad, so I'm gonna assume they don't get to act.
Yeah, probably not right now.
Alright. That's unfortunate. Although it doesn't state it, I kind of forgot about that. Presumably, they are just immune to my shit, because I proved them.
Okay, sure.
Because otherwise, yikes. Yeah, that's my turn. I'll write up Restless. I'll give them a Restless ability. Because I don't... Well, no, I guess I'll... Where the fuck do I move?
There's a potential that they break the lock on their next turn, so this place might not be safe next turn, but
yeah.
question mark.
I'm gonna move... You know... 1, 2, 3... Can I jump to this box and use my grabby hand to, like, Spider-Man over to it?
You can give me a roll to do so. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have to roll anyway. That's a 2. She goes up to it. No. No, I'm good, actually. That's me. That's my turn.
I don't jump. No.
No.
No, not yet. No, I'm not ready for jumping yet. Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
You're you take
All
1
right.
damage from your burn status and have -1 damage.
Alright. -1 damage, you say. Can I roll to resist the burn?
Yeah, you can.
Ugh.
Not this time.
It's
How
fine.
much do
It's
you want to
roll clear.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's a roll clear.
Yeah.
So, alright. I think with this situation, first of all, what Yura's gonna do is come over here. She is going to try to jump as far as she can towards this box, but will likely need to use her passive to make it the rest of the way. But I will jump as far as I can just to see.
Yep.
Okay, not very far.
Passive.
So she jumps as far as she can, probably only gets like here. But then I will spend 1 stamina to just get there.
Yep. Sounds good.
She just samurai blinks over, or shinobi rather. And then so just to so I have a question for Kakapo too, right? Just to clarify it. So the element ability of Amaya's is like, it's essentially just use this element to do something, right? Like, it's nebulous what the actual effect is.
Yeah, it's effectively it's turn your body into like your element and such, and like whatever your element is dependent on your person, but it's not like you could like pull out fire. It's based on like what your core thing is.
Right. Okay.
For your
Wow.
If you wanted to ask me, I was thinking something like maybe like slashing wind, maybe, because it's like her whole thing.
Yeah.
Is, sword. That's her epithet.
Well,
and such.
I'm I'm thinking along some different... I don't blame you for thinking along those lines. I'm thinking slightly differently just because there's some stuff. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Element to start channeling something. Let's just make a roll just to see first.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're channeling.
So, as she taps into this power, her eyes widen a bit as, like, a vein in her forehead bulges. Her eyes get a bit more bloodshot as she just... You all need to just die. And, using the element of hatred, I am going to, I just like a little bit of a damage boosty, you know, maybe counteract that, you know, maybe counteracting a bit more of the debuff I have, right?
Yeah.
And she just immediately falls to a crouching stance, starts running towards this, hobgoblin. As she does, she's gonna whip out one of her shurikens and fling it towards him.
Okay. Well, considering it has, the poppy fucking anytime, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna try to retaliate.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yep. Let's see.
If it,
Yeah, this is just a shuriken, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And if that, in that case, because, I will let that orb successfully counter her shuriken, right? But
Yeah,
I will
sure.
immediately use the second use of her passive to teleport behind him, like, that she always knew that shuriken would be deflected, but the second one coming
course.
from directly above as she flies over him.
Yeah.
That one
Alright,
will be
let's
much
see it.
more difficult to avoid, you know?
Yeah.
One more difficult
alright.
to avoid.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say he's definitely taken off guard by that. As, you know, literally, like, Metal Gear Solid exclamation point over his head, right?
Yep.
So yeah, normally it's 2 damage, which would be first reduced to 1 because of burn, but then boosted by a fair bitty, because of the hatred buff. Yeah, you're gonna do you get a good chunk on him as it just...
Yep.
It clutches the
And,
back of his head where the shuriken hit.
And the first time this ability deals damage to someone, she can immediately attack twice with her sword, which as the shuriken sinks into his head, and then as she lands, she's already spinning, drawing the blade, and just slashing through him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
As quicker than he or anyone else even sees, the moment that the shuriken hits and he reaches his hands up to, you know, in reaction, it's already too late. The guard is down as he just blips into 1s and 0s.
Alright, and we will give her that because of that. And then, as she slashes through him, literally already, she turns, faces this giant mech, and wings a shuriken towards him as well. As, because I, hit with the katana, I can use the, shuriken as an immediate free action once per turn. Oh, that one, not so much, though.
Yeah, no, not this time. As you
do
go
you want
and
me
you
to-
try and... Oh,
Do you want me to redo that? Because you're a dope unit.
I'd love that, yes.
Yep. Let's, and as a reminder, this is not a you reroll after I post this. Whatever that I get as a roll
Yep.
is your roll for this. So yeah, let's.
Hey, not bad, not bad.
Yeah. And you don't take the cost, I do, and there you go.
Awesome. Okay.
alright, gotcha.
Is that enough to, thunk him, then?
So I want to ask, right? You're throwing this like shuriken, right?
Mhm.
Where exactly are you throwing it on?
Just directly towards, like, whatever chink she can... The closest, like, you know, segmentation she can see in its armor.
Gotcha. In
Is
which
he throwing
case,
barrier up? Or...
yes, that's why I'm
Oh,
specifying.
he has a
There
barrier up.
is
My
a
bad.
keyhole,
Yeah.
so presumably through that.
Yeah.
True.
It's a
All right.
narrow shot, but I'll say through Amaya's dope unit, shit. Of course, cinematically, you managed to fling the water shuriken. I said the water shuriken, fucking Greninja. The shuriken directly through
This is a wind
keyhole
cutter
and-
shuriken.
Yeah. And hit him on the inside, where his chest cavity is open currently while it's trying to charge. And yeah, you're gonna hit him for the let's say I'm gonna say around this much damage because of circumstances. So yeah.
All right.
There you go.
And because she hit with the shuriken, she then dashes up. I don't know if she can then dash through the keyhole as like a follow-up to it, but if not, she at least dashes up to the keyhole and is gonna aim sword stabs through it at this thing.
Yeah. Go for it.
And this is it. This is the end. All right, just one solid hit there.
Yeah. You go for the first stab and try and aim it through the keyhole, boom, against the barrier. Misjudge that one a little bit, and it's gonna lower the damage of the second as you kind of need to completely readjust your footing, and it's not as firm. But it is still gonna be a good old hit, which I'll say through all factors is gonna end up dealing, let's say, around this much. Yep, that looks good to me. As you do stab through the keyhole and into this, the inside of this thing's chest cavity.
Damn machine.
Right. At the end of Yura's turn, just before it hits Eleanor's, Eleanor's gonna duck into the ground.
Okay.
Because I just remembered. I can do this.
There, you can do
You
that.
certainly can.
All right.
Eleanor, like, there's like a light bulb moment. You see, like, you know, she goes, ah, and then just like taps her foot and falls through a hole, like a trapdoor, which then closes.
Yeah.
And then at the end of your,
I have a guess as to where you want to reappear.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right.
She falls upwards on this thing's back, like.
And just before you take your turn, I just want to quickly say something, right? So her turn is over and she's just grinding her sword into this thing, right? But I just want to say, so part of the reason I am channeling what I am right now is because something that I have been, a little something I have been legitimately keeping track of since the very first time she appeared in that Monarchy Tower, has now activated, and it has not fully activated yet, but if a certain condition is met, I just want to warn you ahead of time that there's going to be some stuff.
Okay.
But with that condition has not yet been met, but we'll see.
Understood.
Just letting you know, but you know.
Yep.
All right, Elena's turn now.
Yep.
Right.
And as
so
it hits
obviously
your
at
turn,
the end of Yura's turn, she pops up.
Yep. And
Out of the so you'd allow on the back of this thing, right?
well, specifically, the barrier was in the front, so if you're coming out of the keyhole, then you'd be sort of near the front of it, right?
It's just anywhere she is aware of within the area.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
In which case, then yeah, I mean with the crit for sure. And let me tell you, right? Since it is your turn, as soon as you do that, the barrier dissipates, taking the keyhole with it. So.
I see. Fair enough. Well, he's still got the lock on him. I'm just gonna put myself right here. Okay. So, Elena pops out, and then without delay, giving this thing no time to react. Did I take the class for that?
I don't think you did. I think I GM'd you before you could.
Yeah, I think you blocked it. Alright. So, let's see real quick. I just need to check some kit stuff. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's fucking get this thing, huh? All right. Yep. Okay. So what she's gonna do is a nice and simple key overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, there's something a mechanic that I've been keeping track of this entire combat. Which is that whenever she spends stamina on an epithet related effect, she gets a latchkey as per one of her basic attacks. And she's gonna use them now. So And many, yep. And up to there. Yep. Alright, so this is going to deal 16 damage.
Okay.
As she
Oh.
like steps back, like overflows with key energy, and then just lets all hell loose on this thing as keys manifest from the golden energy floating around her and just blast into this thing.
Yep.
So, I don't have a macro for it. God damn it.
All right.
So,
It's a
so
4.
it's 1 damage per latchkey. The damage is totaled for effects that may increase it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's with advantage, thank you.
Okay. All right. So, before you continue explaining any of the specific effects, right? Fortunately for it, and we'll see how fortunately depending on the roll, its barrier can target its back.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So I will ask
Now.
if anyone's got any response to the barrier going up before we continue this.
I am too far away.
Can't do anything though.
Okay.
All right. So with the latch keys, right? Keep explaining. Like as in like. So the idea is that you're spending. How many latch keys you said? It was.
Well, I was gonna spend 12.
Yeah. 12. And so the idea.
Was it 16? Sorry, it might have been all of it. I think it was 16. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So if it was 16, and then it's 1 force damage per latch key, which is then 1.5 times to like 24, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, this barrier rolled pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
This is a bunch of your resource, though, right? So this isn't going to completely negate it. What it will do, though, is, you know what? We're going to have it deal the 16 before it gets bumped up, right? Damage. But, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get the, the lock off of it, you know?
Yeah. I don't think also, for note. Yeah. Okay, yeah, keyhole, yes. I was gonna say, the lock, the latch keys don't apply locks.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
They don't apply locks. They're just, they're essentially just unleashed little, they can unlock things, but they can't lock. Yeah.
Right. In which case, I'm gonna bump this there. So you still did get a big chunk of damage on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the barrier pretty effectively stems the bleeding before it can get really bad, and the barrier is now present on his back.
Right. Does it have a bunch of holes in it?
Yeah, probably.
The key holes?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. She tisks, and then, would she be able to just, like, flip over the barrier?
You wouldn't be able to flip. You'd be able to, you wouldn't be able to, get under it but still be on his back, right? If you have the ability to, spend your movement action to flip to another part of his body, right? The specific way the barrier works is that it covers the front, the back, or the top, and then once it's there, it is in that spot for 1 round. So if you can flip to somewhere else on the body, he's open, but, you know.
Yeah. I could spend my once per session, anything lock, just to fucking turn one of this guy's kit pieces off.
You could.
Guys, what do we reckon? Do we need something?
I don't think we need that.
Okay,
Not at
yeah.
the moment, no.
Fair enough.
We can go for the front. And
Yeah, the only thing I'm currently worried about is the big laser beam, but
Yeah.
Big beam.
I think I can just normal lock that as opposed to super locking it. Right. So she jumps out of this thing in instant speed, takes a step back, launches all these things, and then we get most of them get blocked. And she's just gonna... the fucking thing's still there. God. This barrier is the bane of my existence.
It's a pretty good anytime.
You know, I think she's honestly just pissed off at this thing at this point. Just gonna anytime just kick the barrier in order to like shut it down.
Gotcha. Right. So the idea being that you're trying to then extend like the lock like the lock into that to try and block the barrier.
Yeah. She's trying to apply, as per her passive, a new lock onto the barrier.
In that case,
which
that
reminder, you can make it require multiple tries. So
yeah,
it's important.
You know, I mean, it's important to it in that is its defensive option, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is important to it. I'll say that it's locked for now, right? But I mean, its turn is coming up, and it won't be the hardest to unlock.
Okay. Well, let's still worry about the missiles, so...
Yeah. If anything, right, what I'll say is that the lock manages to remove the barrier from its back now, right?
Okay.
Because it's locked, but, you know, again, it's not the sturdiest lock.
Yeah. I still have my movement. Can I just use that to hold on for dear life? Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Do you want me to roll for clinging on?
Yeah, give me a roll, but...
Yeah, alright. And that's my turn.
You're clinging for now.
Alright.
Hey, anytime. Yeah, what's up, Iramono?
Yep. Well, Iramono sees that there's a little bastard here, and frankly, you know what? They want to be able to get around easier. I want to use everything as spiritual again.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my ghosts, and I'm going to declare now that this is a little more difficult, right? Because this is specifically a ghost that doesn't necessarily give a fuck about being able to possess Iramono. They're just here out of passing boredom. But they're a ghost that's like an escape artist, like weirdo that wanted to transcend their mortal self. They're not even technically dead. They just decided to leave their body. So like, I want to be able to just like apply them to like her like sandals, so she can just no clip walk around as normal.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit faster. Let's go for it.
Let's see it. You can have the Ocarina of Time hover boots, except you're not on ice. Yeah.
Cool.
But that's the best part. I love slipping and sliding around like a fucking...
I love being uncontrollable.
Oh.
I love ice
Movement.
puzzles, Charlie.
Oh.
Yeah. You got your hover boots, so you're gonna be able to walk around on the air. But like specifically, right? Like what I'll say is that sort of in that Ocarina of Time way, right? Is, and I don't imagine this will come up much, right? But it's not that you can necessarily like fly, like you can't run upwards, right? But you can run like directly horizontally on the air as if it was ground there, you know?
Yeah. That's good by me.
All right. And now it's your turn.
And speaking of, I'm gonna have to let Icarus go, because if I let him stay in the weapon any longer, he would get really tired, and I'd be kind of sapping his spiritual energy, which is not good.
That's not good. That's no bueno.
Now,
So tired.
that is the thing. Iramono does a fucking menacing walk towards them, of like walking in the middle of the air, like stepping off the edge of the platform to approach them with just like their general like nonplussed expression, as Iramono is actually gonna let themselves get possessed by a ghost.
Okay.
Which this one
Is that a standard action or?
That's, I actually forget what that is.
I believe that's a paranormal event.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Event.
that's just
I am possessed by a ghost.
event. A ghost happens. I am pretty sure it is specifically like just a bonus action that's on roll to do so. I would have an alt for this, but roll 20 is a fuck. Effectively, it's a ghost of a fucking serial killer who just really liked strangling people to death. That's really fun.
Oh,
That's
it's
super
good.
cool.
And that's who you're
Yeah.
letting possess your body?
Listen, Iramono walks up over here. She sees this man. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Her
Call him a
weapon has
man.
changed into a garrote wire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to try and wring his little neck.
Understood.
Me, little shit.
Let me go. Bonk. Does
Calling
this
him a
work now?
man is generous, but
I-
okay.
Are you doing an
So-
Agent 47 takedown?
Here's the sitch, right?
She's
Because of
serial
what you-
killing him.
Because of what you did, right? If I was to use Skitterer, which I'm about to now, right? I would love to use Surprise Trick, but because you're in the air, there's no space he can go to and then not fall to his death. So, instead, what he's gonna have to try and do is reduce this damage by as much as possible.
Oh, baby!
Oh, baby!
Curse
Yeah,
you!
I mean, like, basically how this would work is that it's a grab and then they would do the wraparound. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, here's what I'm gonna say, right? With the crit, the way that this is gonna work is that it is going to do its first tick, like, immediately, right? So it's not gonna have to wait till, like, the start of your next turn, is effectively how it's gonna work. So, it goes, procs, and now it is a -1 damage, so it's initially the 2, right? So it's only gonna deal 1 as you wring his little neck. And then...
little neck.
Yeah, and then for each turn they remain in the chokehold, they take an additional 1 if they're still held by your next turn. Okay, got it. Yeah. Fortunately for him, he got the clutch flame curse, right? Such that he's hanging in there. But you do have his neck wrung.
Yup, he would be adjacent to Iramono by this point.
Understood.
I assume by that, would he be immune to the rest of the strangulation damage, or is that technically not damage from Iramono, that's damage from being strangled?
I'm gonna meet in the middle and say it's every other turn instead of every turn.
Okay, fair enough. While we're at it, that's fine by me. I'll go ahead and end it there as Iramono is just doing this and just like staring down and being like, I hate the feelings that are passing through my body right now. I really don't like this. Why do I keep you around? I don't understand.
It's like tapping on your hand, like tap out, tap me out, you know, kind of
Friendly serial killer wants you to know he doesn't actually enjoy what he's doing that much.
I mean, the Iramono is the one talking there.
I know. I'm just
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
joking
fair
around.
enough.
I get it.
just joking around.
Just
He's-
joking
alright.
around. I
He's
just
data
wanted
anyway.
to-
Kill him.
Sorry, my bad. I wanted to do the make sure everyone know my character is this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. You continue.
Yep.
All right,
So
neck.
it's him. And it goes to try and fire its laser it's been charging, but it doesn't really seem to do much of anything. Generator's warmed up though, so maybe that'll help it the next time, right? So, first off, let's go ahead and get rid of my locks. So, let's start with the anytime. So, let's see. Yeah, no, it's gonna get its barrier back. It's once per round usage is still, well, I mean, I guess it's refreshed now because it's its turn. But yeah, it does that. But now the more important one, potentially, depending on your viewpoint. See if it can remove the missile rain. No. You guys are safe from that for now.
Yeah.
So, with that being the case, how is it gonna handle this? You know what? I think we'll start off and using the second, or I guess the, additional main action he has for a basic attack, right? How do we want to do this? We're gonna do this in a kind of, I guess, let me think about this. It's aware that there's a threat on its back. How does he intend on dealing with that? I think I know how, actually. So you know what? We're gonna start off Titan Buster. This is gonna be on Yura, So he's going in for a punch on you, Yura.
Right. Hold on, let me just double check on... Yep, okay. I think she will be trying to deflect that. Oh, an exact once again!
Exact match!
Oh.
You know what that means. Do you want to meet in the middle or do you want to escalate?
I do want to escalate. Let me just quickly write down that perfect parry, idea.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna roll my dice. Okay, that's pretty low.
Alright, you know, let's just, you know, just throw it out there. A...
Double.
Yeah, you're, this mech goes to try and punch you, but you perfectly put your sword up in front of it. Despite this being a hulking monster of a machine, you somehow manage to match its strength and fling away its arm. The escalation effect being, how much is your, like, sword's base damage?
Base damage is 5.
Okay, we're gonna have it be a little bit less, so down to 3, but you're gonna deal a little damage as you swat it away. And then...
Power stops nothing.
It is not flinching and not hesitating even after that, going to begin to try and start moving, using its movement and a rocket movement action to power itself up here, right? And it's going to go for a rather complex maneuver, where it is going to start trying to burst forward into Yura, right? But is going to try and roll over onto its back to drag Elena against this platform here, as it's going to, while moving, go for its funny.
Roll.
Oh, and nope, it rolled bad though. Is there a way? You know what? I'm willing to have it spend its last rocket action to
That's
try...
the lack of bones in its arm
Yeah.
doing the work.
I'm gonna have it spend its last rocket movement action to try and course correct that as much as possible. Okay, it's gonna meet in the middle to be a kind of weak version of weak heavy drift, right?
Alright.
So, let me go ahead and now pay
And
the cost
this
for heavy
is
drift.
like a flame charge sort of thing,
Yes,
right?
this is like
Okay.
a flame charge where, think of it like, it's effectively, while it's moving, it kind of like partially skids against the ground as it changes its direction, you know? And in this case, it's flipping over to its back such that Elena is dragged against the ground, is what it's going for.
Alright.
It's not great, so the damage is going to be somewhat
Well,
reduced.
I'm gonna try to deflect again before anything else.
Let's see it. Okay. In
Not
this
as good,
case,
but his was not very good either.
his was not very good, and it was equalized by a thing, right? So you know what? Here's what I'll say. Is that you are going to deflect that off of yourself, right? Elena is going to be taking, you know, how mean am I feeling? I'm gonna say 4 damage to you, Elena, unless you do something.
I'll might as well attempt. As he like, you know, tries to swing upside down to fucking drag her across. She's just kind of like, nope, and taps against the side of Zephyrs.
Yep, and especially with what's been being done. Yep. So you just you sticky fingers your way in and tell me when you want to come back out.
Sticky finger.
Aye.
Sorry. Sorry, that was. I must be Uramoto because the ghost of Ballas is possessing me now.
Yeah. As it trying to scrape Elena against this platform only ends up scraping its back against Yura's blade as he ends up kind of, you know, going this way. And that was all of his movement actions.
You are
unfortunately for
nothing.
And it not responding to Yura's taunts as it is not only a machine, but especially
But it's not
digital
even
right
a
now.
real machine.
It's not even a real machine. Ignoring any of Yura's taunts. We have funny main action. And I mean, if I'm being mean, So
Is this on me?
I'm pretty specifically. Let's see how many missiles it is, because that will impact it a little bit. I think 7. All right. It was going to be, and so here comes the stoppage. Right, is when it comes to targets within 10 spaces, it does not know where Elena is, and it wouldn't fire at its back anyway. Right. Yeah, I think it would go and fire two at everybody, and then let's roll 1d3 to see where the extra one goes. Amaya. So, in this case, Poppy, 2 missiles are coming towards the Poppy. 2 missiles are coming towards the Yura. And 3 missiles are coming towards the Amaya. 3 cameras, 4 cameras.
Alright.
So, anyone want to start out with the reactions?
Well, I do have my scream of explode missiles. Maybe.
You have your scream of explode
That's
missiles,
what the
maybe?
ability's called.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that can get rid of... Well, yeah, let's see how much... You would have that much stamina, right?
Yeah, I've got 6 left.
It's not a lot. You rolled fairly close to it. I'm fine to say that you'd be at 1, unless something else is done to help you more.
I mean, you know... Just scream and then dash.
Okay. So that's 3 cost, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Here's what I'm gonna say then, right? You will dash out of the way, right? But... 1 of the 2 missiles will remain, it missed you, but it didn't crash. So this is here. I'll label it with funny little V's to mark that it's your missile. It's made for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna... are these missiles gonna go for Yura?
They will after all of these other missiles that are coming.
In that case, I'm gonna get as far this way as possible.
Okay. So there's that. It does kill the bat, though, because, I mean, it would have friendly fire, so bat's dead, actually.
Yeah.
And then, up next, Amaya. 2 missiles are coming towards you.
2? I thought 3.
No, because it was 7 over... Oh, no, you're right. You were the one that had 3. Yeah, you're right. It was 3. Yep.
Regardless, I'm gonna away from Vera, so...
So...
Not great.
I can do it again if you want.
Yeah, give me another one. I want to see it. Here's what I'll say, right? You are going to manage to avoid one of them, right? But it's the kind of avoid that's a procrastination avoid, right?
Yeah.
And as for the other 2, you feel free to move yourself where you want to move yourself with Heya, but they're gonna hit you there.
Can I move across this barrier?
If by barrier you mean the open air, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, the open air. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'll let you do
Wrong
that.
word. Okay. It wouldn't do much in terms of laying any spot on this, but it gets me where I need to go. So.
Yep. And then the 2 missiles hit, right? And if one unit is hit by multiple missiles, damage may be scaled, which it will. So you're going to be taking 10 damage overall, right? As these hit you. And I'll say, as a benefit of Heya, right? The knockback is going to send you kind of over here, teetering on the edge, right? But, like, you're not... Heya was a good enough dash as to where you didn't get sent flying into the abyss. That's pretty good. And then, last but not least of this volley, 2 coming towards Yura.
Alright, well, she is once again going to try to deflect. This time, of course, less a deflect and more she's cutting the missile in half. The 2 halves go behind her and each explode. You know, you get it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, not this time.
My roll! I don't suppose Amaya can help again yet. I don't think so.
Not until my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
And so,
Damn.
Here's what's gonna happen, right? It is going to... The 2 missiles are gonna hit, right? And so it was gonna be same as it would to be to Amaya, so 10 damage, right? As it's up to 5 knockback, but there are 2 missiles. You're gonna get knocked onto this ledge over here.
Well, I just remembered I do have a second use of mash deflect per round, right? Because
That's true.
believe it or
That's
not, this
true.
has all just been the first use.
No, I understand.
So I
get it.
can try it one more time, actually.
You can.
Let me go for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's still 7,
Created
so...
a palindrome with Amaya.
So, yeah, and you know
But
what?
if it's even
Because of
minorly successful, I can do something else.
and that's the thing, right? It's a palindrome with Amaya, and therefore it's going to have a similar effect, where you'll deflect one missile procrastination style, and then the other one will hit you.
But if I deflect the first, even minorly successfully, something else is going to happen, right? So as she slides the first one to the side, her eyes flash, as this ability has met the condition of deflecting 3 attacks in 1 turn with her katana, which means it is used automatically. She levels her blade, curving it around herself as she tries to just dash through this thing with Blade Rush. And you know, if that roll is good enough, I'll try to dash through, you know, the remaining missiles too, so they're just sliced to pieces.
Yeah. So, when you say dash through this thing, do you mean through the mech?
Yep, she'd be going like this way, basically, like cutting along it, and hopefully through the missiles as well.
And this does 10 damage, yeah? That's definitely enough to try and proc it to use this. So it's going to try and barrier. And it'll reduce the damage by a little bit. I'll say to around that much overall. And the barrier is now behind him, but that's behind him.
Very true. So
there's that. And then... that roll is definitely good enough. Is it that you get to attempt to slice through the others, or is it that you
I'm
just automatically do it?
I'm more just saying, oh, well, because it's like a big slash line attack, maybe she'll hit the other missiles that are around her as well, but like, that's up to you.
Yeah, because these 2, from the previous turn, would be coming towards you, right?
That's true, that is true.
What I'll say is give me another roll out of the slash, because the distance is kind of funky, but I want to see, you know?
Well, here's the thing. I was more talking about the missiles immediately around her, right? For these missiles, I can try to deflect again, you know?
In that case, you know what? I'll give this one. Now, yeah, go ahead and try and deflect. Let's see it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm taking a fortune and cost to do all this, but...
Yeah, and what I'll say, right, is that if I recall correctly, this initial missile barrage from last turn was like around the same roll. It was like a 11 to 13, I think, when I did this, right? And that's a 9, so it's a little lower, right? But it's a little better than Amaya's, right? So what I'll say is that this missile becomes further procrastinated, right, as it is deflected off to the side, right? This one is going to hit you, but for reduced damage, right? So it is only going to deal... Instead of 6, it's going to deal 4 to you as this missile explodes.
Alright.
And then the other missile is deflected off for another day.
Alright. Now, here's a very important question. Is that the mech's turn?
Not quite.
Okay, alright.
It's almost the mech's turn, but it does technically have another action, meaning that it's... Yeah.
Go ahead.
And that other action is going to be using the anytime, because it used all of its movement actions when it was trying to do the drift earlier. It's going to do the anytime thing as per Poppy to try and start charging another laser cannon. And this one's a bit better. So let's go ahead. And this is a 6 by battlefield line attack. And fortunately for you guys, you managed to spread out fairly well. So let's see. I'm going to give it... I'm going to roll a d4. And I just want to see. Okay. That 3 was Irimono Ways. In that case, this is diagonal, so it's going to be a little funky. But let me use pink. Oh, no. Pink. Come on. I just want this rectangle. Cool. Awesome. You know what? Let's do it like this, because this will make it easier, where it's a... like this battlefield, right? And then if I go ahead, take this object that I've just created, and begin adjusting it to be in a zone that will hit Iremono. While still making a bit of sense. You know, just to be mean and to force Poppy to move a little bit, what if we adjusted it slightly like this, to be a little funky, and have her, like, definitively, like, halfway in this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like this. This is the zone that it's charging for. So there's that. So it did take another action before ending its turn, so it's not immediately, unfortunately, for Yura. But it is now this. Bats are dead, so we got the little guys.
I don't know if you would count it this way. Either way, I believe you would be taking one now.
Yes.
Yep.
So, let's start with this guy. You know, let's start with the guy that's by Iremono. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. I think he's going to need to try and use Claw to just swipe at you. Yeah, he's going to hit you unless you do something, Iremono.
I would like to do something. I'm gonna have one of my shades try and come out and stop him. Because I think it's funny. One of these guys is just a ghost who was super rich and died in a bidding war with Florgal McDonald. I just want to throw money at him to get him distracted, basically.
Okay.
Jingling keys, jingling coins.
Yeah, no, I understand. This, as established in Bifrost, these guys
It's
are
a
easily
7.
distracted. It is
I
a
guess
7, though.
It is a 9.
It's a 9. Which, of course, would make it escalate if you'd want to do that. Would you like to?
I'm fine with it being equal if he doesn't want to escalate, but if he does want to escalate, then
I like leaving escalation to you. So if you don't want to, then we can leave it here and meet in the middle, which is going to be this is going to deal half damage, so 3 to you, right? I'll roll in favor of him because his was a natural roll.
Yeah.
But this will not release him from your grip like it would have done if it went through fully. And therefore, he has to try and use his movement action for that. So let's give that a roll. Nope, he's stuck. So yeah, that's him. And as for the little fucking coward in the bottom left, right? Let's see. Yura is already afflicted with a flame curse, and I think between the current options, he probably views Amaya as a bit more of a threat. So he's going to fling a flame curse at you, Amaya.
Another one?
Well, no, you have the curse mark. This is the flame curse that will double the instance of damage from the flame mark, or from the burn status.
A tiny little little flame starts jauntily moving and just goes past Poppy.
One. Like, Amaya's like, no way that's aimed at me. No way, come on. Like, as it goes on, it takes like 5 full minutes to get there.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's exactly that. I really can't do anything to defend against this,
So,
unfortunately.
you've got the flame curse. Sucks, unfortunately. But you have that.
Do I remove my curse mark, or is it
well,
like...
specifically, what will happen, right, is it is now your turn, which means you're going to take 4 damage because it's 2 double the 4 because of the curse mark. The curse mark is gone, but the burn status is still there, right? And so, because of that, you have a -1 damage modifier, and this guy in the bottom left has a +1 damage modifier.
Well, good thing I'm going with what I'm going for anyways. First off, is Mr. Man's face, which way is his back facing?
So, effectively, he's facing the way of his laser, so his back is that way.
Okay, I should probably hit him from the side. And then Amaya's gonna... She's back there. Perhaps if I position myself like this, maybe it'll go with the best effect. Maybe like here. Okay. Regardless, Amaya is going to use Element to make her hand all sticky, stretchy, etc., all electric loopy. Grab onto this thing, and then swing around like with like a loopy like elasticity to like slam the box square in front.
Okay,
You know?
got it. I understand.
Yeah. And in order to do this, I'm going to post Max Cool again because there have been some crits. I'm going to spend 3 of them to give this like... The exact effects aren't listed. I'm thinking like +3 damage or like or like a general increase to effectiveness and all that stuff is kind of how I want to treat it. So I'm gonna go with Element and then like... And if that's not enough, I'll augment that. But as a bonus action, I'm just taking it, swinging it.
Understood. Yeah. Taking it, swinging it. Yeah, and if you're fucking max cooling it, yeah. I mean, you're gonna deal. Let's say, how much have I been boosting your basic attacks by? If I've been boosting your basic attacks by like that, let's say a box is like kind of close to that, plus some max cool. So taking all those factors into account. Yeah, you do a healthy chunk as you swing this up, hitting his open chest cavity.
Yep. And, is there anything else I can do at this range? Yes, there is! Amaya flashes back to, when Yura was saying, swords are, guns are cooler than swords. Guns are cooler than swords. Under her breath, swords. That's it. As she is going to use her ability. She's going to use her ability, Liquid Swords. Taking advantage of like its even for like a nanosecond staggered state, like being attacked by the box. Amaya is going to press into that, and yeah, she's going to use Liquid Swords. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. So
and
this deals.
With her up,
yep.
It deals 5 damage, and let me draw out the specific area because with her upgrade, it's basically 7 spaces arranged in any way Amaya wants. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So only 4 of those are hitting, or maybe more accurately, like if I. Like this. A very long sort of slash.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, overall it'll deal 5 damage, maybe some extras because it's a large tile, but it's not quite Axel rules here. Yeah, it deals 5 damage and 1d2 plus a 1 shock.
Alright, do you want to roll that 1d2 or should I?
I'll roll it. I'm feeling lucky. I think it's still 2.
It's still 2 shock. That's still something.
Yeah.
Where the hell? Yep. He's not looking good.
No, he is not. And that'll be my turn for now.
All right. Puppy.
All right. I get my orb.
More like Poppy.
Yeah. I don't have control of this man.
Oh, I can do that. Hold on. Penny. There you go. All right, now you do.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, and Owen is back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. You're right. So let me go ahead and move
give
you.
him his 5 stamina.
Boop.
He's gonna use this ability on Poppy. It should be a 3 cost, it's not a 2 cost. So, he loses his own buffs, but Poppy gains 2 fast healing for 2 rounds. Yay! Yay! There we go.
a minor amount, but
Yep.
hopefully enough.
Well, it's gonna give me 4 stamina, which is, will triple what I currently have. Let's see, I also get +2 movement, which is also important here. So, let me think. Everything's in a bad space with this giant fucking cannon. You know what? It may not be worth it exactly, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am going to just shoot him as a main action with 3 orbs, and I'm going to charge them so that they deal true damage instead of normal damage, which means they won't regenerate at the start of my next turn.
Got it.
Yep, that's
So-
12 true damage.
12 true damage, huh?
Yep.
Okay. You fire these orbs directly at him, hitting precisely where Amaya's liquid swords just hit. Some of the latent residue of that sparking along with this, congealing in it. The mech is smoking. This chest cavity looks incredibly unstable. He's not
Alright.
looking good.
Okay. Things are okay. So we're just about there, right? Let me think.
Just inches from its demise.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, so I have 7 movement, and I'd like to use that to jump over to here, if that's okay.
Give me a roll for it, but sure. It should be a relatively easy one, all things considered, because this is... Yes, it's within your movement, so you're fine.
Alright, so she's gonna get here, step, and as she's coming out of the jump, right, she's gonna have her little extendo hand come out,
Yep.
grab the rocket, and throw it at the mech.
Okay.
Preferably right into its chest cavity.
Yep.
And hopefully not in such a way that Yura gets fucking hurt.
Yep.
But
Let's
you
see it.
know, we'll see how that goes.
Yep, and it used its barrier to protect itself from Yura's previous attack, right? So with that being the case, you fling it around, and it's really, really, really not looking good.
Alright. I think your name was Yura. Blow it up.
That was the plan, dumbass.
Oh, okay.
As it hits Yura's turn, just before anything else, because who knows, it could end up being relevant considering, you will take 1 damage and have another -1 damage penalty.
Okay. I will try again to resist the flames.
Yep,
Oh.
still nothing.
I somewhat symbolically fitting Yura's, arms and clothes are just burning, smoldering, as is her rage. Alright.
Yep.
Now, if I were a power gamer, and I also wanted to ensure we'd never leave this bounty, I would do a certain thing this turn, but I won't. I won't do that. I'm going to just simply try to do enough. So, just nice and simple. Yura is simply going to, leap up towards this thing, hopping between its armored plates if necessary, and simply try to, force her blade in and under, the mech's head and just try to start digging into it.
Got it.
Oh, that's a 2.
No, you
Ugh.
try to jump up and dig it in, but as much as this thing is really, really not doing well, it's literally sparking and whirring and smoking in front of you, it's still, simply from how it was crafted, is sturdy enough to where it's holding on. It's tough to jam your sword in that sort of a gap.
Seeing just as soon as she meets the slightest resistance of no, this isn't working, she immediately pivots. She's gonna try to use her passive, teleport basically like on the nape of its neck on the other side now, and try to find a weak spot there. I will pay the
Actually,
one
if
stamina.
you'd like,
Yeah.
we could do a dual tech. with
Sure,
this.
I'm down for that. She's gonna teleport up here, start stabbing. What are you gonna do?
Alright, so she's looking for stab zones.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, I guess the most efficient thing to do would just be create a keyhole. You know,
Alright.
actually, no. I've got a better idea. So as she jumps up next to Eleanor. Eleanor kind of gives her a look and like, seems like you're losing steam. I am too. How's about we put this all into one last attack? And she reaches out. She's got a true unlock Euro. So, true unlock. Wow, 7. Oh. Essentially, there's a lot of text here, but what it boils down to is I can immediately lock and then unlock something.
Okay.
As if it were, as if I'd use my passive to like hit it and then knock it around a bunch and then unlock it.
Alright.
So in this case, I'm locking. What she does is immediately locks Yura's. I guess. What would you prefer? Strength, like epithet, like.
I wouldn't. Let's not mess with her epithet. I don't want to think about that right now. But
Fair enough.
but you can just lock her physical
well-
strength she's pouring into this attack. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Elma like locks her adrenaline, and then like, as she like taps Yura, it like locks up, immediately starts rattling as if it's like gonna explode, and then shatters into light, and it effectively it just supercharges it, the thing that she locks for the buff or
Yep.
some related action or whatever.
All right.
So you decide the cost of that, Soleil. And the
Right.
effect.
I mean, I'll ask you, right? Because you're just trying to, lock/unlock her fucking strength and super booster, right? How much are you willing to put into this?
Everything.
Everything? Okay.
Everything.
In which case,
And
there you go.
You get the roll bonus. So everything? So 4. Okay.
Yeah, 4.
So it gets a +1 roll bonus. It's actually an 8. Whoa.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the
and
intent is damage.
Just super boost
Damage
this attack.
effectiveness.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see it.
roll for it. Let's see it. It's an 8.
And here's the thing, Yura, right?
Yep.
Normally, with that lowish roll, right, and the -2 damage, that wouldn't be enough. But with the help of Elena unlocking your strength precisely is what pushes it over the edge.
And as my final action, could I also just to finish off the dual deck, as she slowly loses consciousness from the effort, just gonna anytime kick it, and then kick it again.
Yeah.
As Elena.
to lock the laser.
Yep. As Elena's consciousness fades as she pours this, strength into Yura, almost just the flames wreathed around her, seeming to come from within her now, just grow rapidly. And there's a moment where she actually stops just stabbing her sword into this thing, and at Elena's words and this surge of power, just looks towards her for a moment, and she says, "Death never runs out of steam. It only grows hungrier." And with still staring at Elena without even looking back at this thing, just waves her sword dismissively and fucking decapitates it, and it just goes flying.
And it does. Its head goes flying off. The core completely destabilized, partially, and then fully exploding in on itself as any of the ambient energy the laser was beginning to gather in that area quickly disperses, first after that, its arm, the arm that had its endoskeleton removed, explodes, resulting in a chain reaction as this thing, now headless, is completely defeated and begins to fall down.
And as a last thing, as this thing begins to fall, Yura then suddenly she clutches her head for a moment, blinks, glares at Elena, and then forces her sword hand down a bit. And I'm gonna use the second instance of her passive to grab Elena and take us over to this crate here.
Yep. And does this need to be rolled for?
No, if it's not in response, it's unrolled.
Yep.
So,
in which case, you manage to, in the nick of time, after decapitating and finishing this thing off, do just that. This thing's limp body crashes into this cardboard box as it shatters, or rather, not cardboard box, but this, wooden crate. As it shatters, it falling down into this abyss, never to return. And, yeah, you guys can land here.
she just pants heavily for a few moments, trying to collect her thoughts, but that's her turn.
Combat's not over, though.
Yeah,
The
Elder like gives a nod, like, "That's a good fight," and then on her back. Unless she survived, I'm out to do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Iramono, it appears you've discovered the final boss.
well, hey, don't forget about Mr. Cowardly.
I am forgetting about him.
I have my plans. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, Roche.
So,
Let's go to bed together. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, let's go to bed, hand in hand.
So between the last time and now, he would have taken 3 more damage.
Yep, I've already done that.
Alrighty, super cool. And now, because he's still held by me, I'm gonna tighten it. I don't know if this is an action of its own. It's never stated whether or not. I'll post it again just for the sake of it, but like, we're just gonna take a look. We're just gonna see. Either way, regardless of what's happening here, Iramono's gonna start walking away with them, you know?
You know what? It's gonna use its anytime Dark Orb it has from Poppy as you start trying to walk away. And it's gonna try. Carry
No,
on.
fucking die. Just die.
No, yep. I'm gonna roll for Titan just to see how that goes.
And similarly, actually, make sure to take your 2 damage from your burn status and the minus
That's
1
true.
damage penalty again. So
that would be 3 damage.
and so yeah, this 11 is for moving or
That 11 is for start of turn. He's still being held by me, so I
Okay.
tighten the grip, and so now he's getting strangled double hard.
okay, got it.
So he would
The
take
damage-
he would take 3 damage, and the per turn would be 2.
Yeah, is that 3 like including the minus 2?
That is including.
Okay, so 3. He's barely still up.
Alrighty. Iramono's then just gonna start moving with him. I mean, I kind of can't fucking get anywhere, but you know, let's go on a journey, my friend.
Yeah.
As I'm pretty sure he might die on his turn. Which would be really, really funny. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna double move.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what? As you go to start moving, I think he thinks this is his last chance, because it is. So, while you're grounded, he's going to try and slink out by becoming the intangible shadow for a second to slip over behind you and go for the slash.
I will, however, attempt to fuck with him by infusing the wire with Icarus for just an instant so that it's light and he can't slip out of it.
Mm-hmm.
See it.
Oh.
How do you want to finish him off, Iramono?
So, Iramono is strangling the absolute fuck out of him, right? And I'll grab her crit theme really quickly.
Yeah. I'll play it.
As she is doing this to him, and just starting to walk, I really gotta stop letting you take the forefront, she mumbles to herself as she, like, feels him try to worm his way out, and is like, even though he's not real, even though he's a shadow demon, this still kind of sucks. Like, I know my job is to kill, like, I know that, like, you know, spirits and shit are what we deal in, but, like, and then they tighten as, light wraps into the garrote wire, turning it into a fucking laser wire almost, that then, like, I would say it is strangling him if it weren't also cutting his neck into, pieces.
Yep. As, his neck and then his body is cut to pieces.
Bonk, gone and posted it.
No.
Now,
Hold on.
here's the kicker, right? As I finish my movement.
Yeah.
I did kill him via strangulation, you would say.
I
Yes?
would say so, yes.
This is the passive of being invested with this soul. I do it to see the light drain from their eyes. If you kill someone via strangulation, take an extra turn immediately and gain 1 proficiency.
I see.
So,
Okay.
Oh boy.
Iramono continues her death walk. Straight up, she's gonna also pop that one out of her body because it's like they've served their purpose in this combat so far. And what she's going to do, this is going after Poppy, right?
Yes.
All right.
In fact, I would say, right, because, like, technically the thing is kind of constantly moving. It's about to.
Yep. Considering she's caught it, like, right here, so to speak, very closely, let me try and see. I don't think there's anything specifically I can do here, but my number one concept right now is using, now that there's no ghost in my body, I want to use element to have just generic ghost or possess the missile and spookily retarget it for this guy.
Give me a roll.
It's a 7.
What I'll say is that it will move it here. This guy's like, right, but the missile doesn't quite hit him. It's gonna make it easier to react to when it goes to hit Poppy.
Do you want me to improve that in any way? Do you want me to try to make you lose control?
If you would really want to, then yeah, sure.
So let's try it. No use in not. There we go, 17.
One
In
away
which
from
case-
a crit, Lamal.
Well, yeah.
In which
this is
case,
easy.
right? He goes right before it goes and seemingly turns and continues its path towards Poppy. Before boulders scraping against ground noises as it
As
turns,
it just turns,
again
yeah.
to face him. And now, as it would be in reaction to an enemy's action or being on an enemy's turn, right? He's gonna try his damnedest. It'll be really tough. But let's surprise trick out of there. Nope.
I was
As he's
hoping
gonna get
I was hoping you'd roll a 1 so you just have him plummet straight off the fucking
Yeah,
cliff and
yeah.
die.
Yeah, instead he starts melding into the ground here, of this tank, of course. But the missile just hits him while his head is still like half above the water, you know. And he gets sent flying. Let me go ahead. And it would be 6 damage, and then up to 5 knockback. So isn't this convenient, you know? As he gets shunted through the fucking, you know, surface of this turret back here.
Yup.
He's still up.
Yeah. He hasn't taken damage yet.
Don't worry, the secret second Euro is gonna get him.
Because this fucking ability is Boo-Goo Bonkers, as a bonus action, Iramono still has a main action?
Yeah.
I think she still had a main action. No, she double moved.
Yeah.
So, what I'm gonna do next is, yeah, you know what? Iramono, they're gonna, no, that's too dumb. Iramono is going to, effectively just, like, pull their hand back, and they're going to try and, like, it's gonna be a long shot, because it's a very long distance, but they're gonna try and spirit wave technique. They're gonna put their hand into the shape of a finger gun, right?
Mhm.
And basically, like, try and shoot, like, into the tank to try and have it, like, shift or actually, have any of the things that we've been moving on shifted at all from any
Yes.
of the things that have been? Okay.
Yes, very explicitly, in fact, right? If it was, let me tell you, if it was not for the fact that Yura deflected it and it was a kind of a mediocre roll, when it went for heavy drift on that platform, it would not have been pretty earlier. But
Yeah.
In which case, Iramono's gonna do their Spirit Wave Blast, point finger gun at the tank, to, like, as the missile impact has stuck it, just trigger the like movement of the tank enough that the horrible hobgoblin is squished between the tank and the wall.
okay, let's see it. Yeah, a range of 5. Let's see. This is technically slightly out of range.
I mean, it's quite out of range, unfortunately.
Yeah. I
It's
think
enough
you
to
can.
hit the tank kind of like here. but,
Yeah, I think I'm willing to have the tank, like, move a bit, but honestly, unfortunately, like, move a little bit, and, like, he'll get, like, here, take a little bippy, but, like, he's not, like, completely crushed, I don't think.
The second Yura gets him. Yeah! No.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And in which case, Iramono, just stands there and is just like, just standing there, like, go on. Do what you will.
And first off, there's one last procrastination missile that's going to go for Omaya right now.
Oh yeah, well, it's grouped. It's gonna be grouped. Hey, yeah.
Hey, fucking yeah, because that one was on a 15, this is a little bit higher, and its creator isn't even around anymore, so it's totally fucking goop, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's what I thought.
Which means one lonely little boy is here against the world.
Dude, I think his data chamber AI is like, no solution found. Kill self now. Like,
I think that would be true, yes, for the most part. But, you know, let's fight till the very, you know, never give up. Never
Yeah,
give in.
you
You know,
know.
maybe a miracle could happen. He's going to try and, using his movement action, he's quite nimble, he's quite small. He's going to get over his fucking cowardice and he's going to man the fuck up right now. He's fucking doing it.
alright.
And to you, Poppy, he's going to, you know, fucking, ha-cha-cha.
Wait, you're not going for me?
Ha-cha-cha!
Ha cha cha.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Poppy's actually gonna go down from this, isn't she?
I think Poppy's actually going to go down.
I can't do anything. I can't get to you.
You know, I can come back up on my next turn if I just...
Yeah, you interrupt him. He's still up even after taking that 2 damage.
Gets 2 Geiger.
Amaya pulls out her dope sniper rifle.
Don't
Listen,
joke.
I have
Not-
2
I'm not.
fast... I have 2 fast healing. If he somehow doesn't die, I can just move next to him.
Well, you know what? Amaya's gonna kill him right now. Well,
Yeah.
assuming his turn's over, yeah.
It is over. He doesn't have any extra actions.
So.
Oh my
1,
god,
2,
come on.
3. So actually, I'm over here. How far would it? What's the closest space I can jump?
He's working on it, actually. Gecko.
It's very slow, but it's technically not impossible.
Alright, so with intergalactic and all the other stuff, can I jump to this space?
Give me a roll, but probably.
Yeah.
Oh, and do remember to take that 2 fire damage if you haven't already.
Okay, I'll take the 2 fire damage and I'll resist right now.
Yep.
Just yeah.
I'll give it to you. So your damage is back.
Okay, cool. So I'll also roll for the jumpy of a lifetime. Yeah, there we go.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
I hate how close to a TPK we actually are. Iramoto's
I know,
the
there's
only
a
one
reason
with
I'm not
any health.
giving up. If you guys were doing a little better, I would just throw in the towel, but there's legitimately a chance if you roll shit enough. Like,
Well,
Don't worry,
that would be the case,
because-
but yeah, alright.
Amaya's gonna like point at the goblin. She's very, very far away, but she has a bit of a plan. So I'm going to describe what I'm going to be using right now. I'm going to use a mixture of element and liquid swords, not in the normal way, but like in the sort of, but almost like making like the edge of like the bubbling like shock glue mass that she's creating at the edge of her hands, like a projectile, to fire it forward.
Yeah.
And as a swift action, just in case, I'm gonna swap Iramone's dope symbol to the hobgoblin. So, just in case he survives, like just in case, like, oh, he barely survives on 1, we can do this.
ah.
Well, in that case, you surely you just need to hit him. So come on.
I just need to hit him. I just need to hit him now. I spent the swift action,
Yes.
Please.
and Amaya is going.
Roll20, do not do what objectively is the funniest thing here, please. Okay.
Alright, so is this the
Okay.
shot itself?
I'm doing 2 things at once, so it can be good. Right?
Uh-huh.
Liquid swords. And, on top of that, I'm gonna make myself lose control. There we go.
Okay.
I'm going down from this.
She's knocking herself out!
This is gonna be really tough, as the kids like to say.
Oh,
But
please, roll
his
20,
turn
don't
just
do
happened,
this.
so his anytimes are refreshed.
Don't make
and
this the next
therefore,
Twitch clip,
He's
please.
going to try and surprise trick to fucking link between worlds, jump as far as he can to Yura, and try and attack.
That's so
I see
not.
that single digit.
Okay.
He's got a dark orb to try and block this blast.
That's a 1!
As he, in fact, in this moment, all of the fear remaining in his body leaves. He's confident. He knows. He's in his flow state right now. This is the best this guy's ever felt in his, like, couple of minutes of life. Time slows, Amaya, as you fire off this projectile imbued with liquid sword. Fuck any of that. Who cares? This guy's talking. He goes, and with all of his might, fires the dark orb, which clashes with it. But all of that effort, I mean, I don't know, there's kind of a little bit of, like, blowback as he's, like, sent a little bit backwards from his own attack, and then... Uh-oh.
They like beam struggle for a second, and then he's like, ah! And then just looks down. Uh-oh.
Yeah, whoops! And thus, after successfully meeting Amaya in a beam clash, and with only 2 members of the party remaining up, the combat's over.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's fine. You know, when Poppy's theoretical turn happens, she'd get up. It's fine. She'd be up at 1.
She'd be up at 1.
Wow, she can be up at 1 in the data chamber where we wake up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. I realize now I don't have the victory theme in here yet, so it's all good. I know what it's called though, so.
It would have simultaneously been the worst and funniest thing if everybody but Euro went down. It would have been really
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Well, you say the worst, but there's a timeline where Blackberry got crushed by that wrecking ball.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
very
congrats,
fair.
guys.
Good thing
go
Blackberry
That
exists.
was fun. I felt like we actually brought in an appropriate level party. for
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty like matched. That
was
felt good.
by-
It wasn't like
it was
class
by
2
no
guys
means-
stomping on Chibi.
It was by no means a stomp, and it was not necessarily easy.
Yeah.
Although I
Perfect
think we would have gotten away with a couple less deaths if our rolls in the first couple rounds were a little
Yeah.
better, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
still, it's fine.
Let's go ahead. Make this the same pink. What colors am I feeling? I don't know.
What colors? I don't know, dude.
Or colors rather. I mean
I think
numbers.
green, blue, and
Like, hey, data bounties. I don't want them to, be the biggest rewards, but this was a pretty even match for you guys, right? So, I'm willing to do like a. How's about a 3-3 and a 4?
Man,
Yeah.
3-12 is pretty good. I'm taking stamina. I need it.
Oh,
I,
God.
As much as I'd love 3 prof, Euro really needs stamina as well, so
I'm
Yeah.
at 29 stamina.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the same boat. Wait, she has 25 stamina. Her stamina's wrong. Oh, the whole fucking time. Oh no.
Well, it's all good. Sometimes you have to dip lower to get back to your prime,
yeah.
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 Just like that guy.
How off was it? Like,
By 5.
5. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine. That's
I
fine.
reckon it got rolled 20 last time, and then I never actually saw
Yeah.
it, and then fixed it.
I always make sure to very diligently update my docs now because of that issue.
Yep.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
Um,
as much as I'm a greedy little goober and I really want the 3 prof, I've already gained 3 prof this time, and I want to save a little bit of Iramono, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for that stamina, because even though she has 40 of it, 43 is always good because she has a 13 cost ability.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Plus
I'm
40
not-
isn't even that much in modern DBA.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, Amaya has 55 stamina, which is pretty good. She can always get more.
Yeah, it
but,
seems like a good amount.
Yeah, but,
Pretty good.
now she's in the threshold of classing up in her next appearance, so, get ready.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
She's
She's at what prof now? 50...
54.
54, gotcha.
Yeah. What about you, Wid Shadow Guy?
Yeah. He
Uh,
can fucking die, I think.
I think he's gonna take comp.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to take comp, but funny stats make me go yippee.
Funny stats.
And
make
you
go
know-
yippee.
This might be a dumb thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post this passive that Iramono has, and I want to ask you, because I know, and feel free to say not at all, because
Yeah.
it makes sense, it was a data bounty, right?
Yeah.
Iramono has a thing where they can gain companionship with their ghosts if they're, like, talking to them during combats and being nice and, like, interacting with them outside of just telling them to do things, and, like, I wanted to ask, that's not the full passive. I don't know why that didn't show.
So I have a question for you, bud.
Yeah.
Is it specifically when you're like being nice and getting along and living in harmony, or is it when you're like getting to know each other better?
Here it is. It is specifically if Iramono is trying to specifically, like, be nice to them and, like, ask them what they want to do rather than being like, hey, get out here, do your thing.
In which case, I mean, there was that, but after you let Mr. Strangle out, you weren't very kind to him afterwards. I don't know how that applies to it. I'm not saying you should have been kind to him, by the way. I'm just stating what happened.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like, hey, if there's none for that, I think that's funny. You could argue that theoretically, like, oh yeah, well, you know, they still let them get through the entire strangulation.
You know, I'll give you one comp with him because you did something that I assume is not a normal thing, where you let the fucking strangle murderer possess your body for a bit and let him actually get a kill. A data kill, but it was a kill. So I'll give you one, but not any more than that, because you were not very happy about that. So
yeah, Iramono might be might have a lot of problems, but one of them isn't being okay with murder.
Yeah. I assume that neither Elena nor Amaya get anything that's like especially relevant to be read here, or
Not. Upgrade Rider is currently Honkshu, so
Understood.
I will... Yeah.
Speaking
Upgrade
of,
Rider is- Upgrade Rider is me. I don't have anything, so yeah.
speaking of, Honkshu. Thank you all for watching. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did this. This went
was
really
fun.
well. It was an even fight. There we go. It's good. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a really good combat.
Thank you
Yeah.
for this. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it was
running
fun.
it. It was super fun.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed watching it, guys, you should join our Discord. There it is. But in the interest of going to bed, since it is rather late for us here, I'm going to keep the rest of this brief of, join that Discord to know when we're going live and what have you. It's our community Discord. But thank you all for watching. Thank you to everybody involved here for being players here today.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see you all next time. So until then, see you next time. Good night,
Yeah.
and say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Good night,
See
chat.
ya. Good night, chat.